All right, I got a little bit. Command thy water, turn the tide. El is able to read the primordial on the bowl. Jerry casts shape water on the bowl, and the water whips around. None of his ideas bear any fruit. Jerry and Auric investigate the northeast statue, and it turns out to be... So we look around at all those old Dwarven King statues. Let's see. I wrote down all the stuff, but I don't know if any of that matters. Uwe and Grim come across another statue. Everyone's looking at statues. These are the first 6 Dwarven Kings. One of the plaques says, to Exaltia, where Auric remarks that nobility and other aristocrats would live as a district. Statue number 5 is a Molten Striker, famous for being the first dwarf to have diplomatic relations with other races. The last is the dwarf that won the Deep War, where dwarves dug too deep and came upon the Darrow. This started a war they eventually won. The group ventures further in and discovers a castle facade. They saw 2 other plaques. Okay. Jerry has a... Oh, okay. Because I wasn't really around for that fight, but once we go into the castle is where we run into that fight with those statues, right?
Yes.
Billy looks frozen to me. So does Barlow's. Okay. We fight them, and then we went into that hallway where we're at now, right? That's about it.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, you guys want to play the game?
Do it.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Okay, so after entering through the secret door behind the throne, you encountered a very small room, half of it a guard chamber filled with weapon racks, benches, armor stands, all that fun stuff. On the other side, a small sitting area, fireplace, sofas, wardrobes, and a tea set. Continuing on beyond that, you've now reached a long hallway with doors at either ends, both closed. The door in front of the Whisper, it's a nice, like, dark wood, and the walls alongside you are just lined with oil paintings of past kings. It's very dark in here. Whisper has his lantern lit, providing some light. And I don't remember what order we're going in.
Are we in turn order or just marching order?
Oh, it just loaded. Thank the Lord.
Hey,
All right. Stop streaming.
There's a new button on Roll20.
with the circle button.
No, it's a torch.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, that works with your dynamic lighting. That's a light feature. So if you have dynamic lighting turned on, that allows you to plug lights onto your map automatically.
What?
That's cool. That's
so I don't have to
nifty.
make fucking tokens for torches anymore?
Oh.
No, I believe you can just place them.
I was just gonna ask about using dancing lights in here.
Try it. See if it works.
The
So I don't know that for sure.
The initiative order is Whisper, Uwe, L, Grim, Bar. Wait. L, Grim, Ragna, Jerry.
Bringing up the rear.
That's not what I have at all.
No.
Is
what
it?
You have. That's the last one where we all say something.
Is it a coincidence, Barlos, that Roll20 loads and now your video feed looks smoother?
Probably not a coincidence.
Is Roll20 sabotaging your feed?
Maybe. Roll20 just took so much juice just to load. It fucked everything else up.
Oh, while you were gone, we're gonna make a Kickstarter to buy you a computer. We're sick of it. We're done. Buying you a computer and there's nothing you can say.
we we just bought a new car, so
Oof.
me getting a new computer to play Dungeons and Dragons is pretty low.
What'd you
on the
buy a
list
new
of
car for? You're
priorities.
gonna have a baby, and then you're not gonna be able to drive with a baby.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
think
The
you're
baby
going
won't know
anywhere
how
with
to
a
drive
baby?
for 16 more years.
I
know,
want
yeah.
I want the
Stay
sound.
here.
I want the sound of Fitzko drinking from that cup to be like you being digested by a worm.
What if instead of a computer we get you a subscription to like Shadowbox or something?
What's that?
I mean, that would still use internet though, so maybe not.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like
Nobody knows what that
renting.
is.
It's like renting a computer in a server building. Like, it's meant to play high graphics games over the internet, kind of thing, like Stadia, but better.
Oh,
Keyword meant to.
Yeah. Well, Shadowbox works decently well. So I've heard.
secondhand experience.
I was gonna say, is your RTX 2080 just not hacking it these days?
It's a 2070.
Okay. Anyway, the turn order I have is Whisper, Grim, L, Auric, Jerry, Uwe, Ragna. Is that how we want to proceed, or do you guys want to switch it up?
Go for it.
Me.
Do it.
All right, Wispy, you got a closed door about 20 feet in front of you at the end of this hallway.
Check it for traps.
Go ahead and roll.
23.
It is not trapped.
Is the door open? I try to open it.
Yeah, it opens with a nice creak. These hinges haven't been moved in a long time, but it does open.
Pull out my WD-40 and spray them down.
Okay, done.
That makes
Do I
all
actually-
the
Roll
very
the spray.
Do I have oil on me?
I just imagine you like bite into your like innards and just like spray some of your lubricant on there.
You know, I do have 5 pounds of oil.
That's where when you get real freaky.
Yeah, you can get some Earl on that Shroom.
I'm gonna oil up the hinges a little bit, make it a little quieter to open,
Go for it.
and then I kick it open as loud as possible.
Yeah. Survey. Oh, I need to remove the berry.
Yeah.
Does Whisper have a penis?
He does not.
Roll an investigation check.
He is androgynous.
21. Wait, investigation? That's minus 16.
If anybody's seen Whisper's lack of a penis, it's a we.
Oh, yeah. We did that whole hetero. What's it called? Homoerotic body armor switching scene.
Okay, I found stairs. Are they going up or down?
They are going down, but let me describe the room to you first. So, because I didn't detail any rooms on this map, because I didn't make this map. So, walking into this room, it's very clearly a library. There's a... And what you would notice immediately is that it looks like it's been ransacked, completely tossed, and in a hurry. There are ornate shelves on all the walls. Books are sitting in heaps on the ground. There's a cold fireplace at one end of the room. Unlit sconces all around the walls. You can see that there is another doorway. Well, there are several doorways, I should say. There's a table inside. There's books scattered and stacked. Yeah, and then stairs leading downwards. But there's a small sitting area. It's a pretty lavish room. All the shelves are pretty ornately carved and all set in stone. They're like built into the walls. But yeah, books everywhere.
Hey guys, I found stairs and a library.
Wow. I'll use my turn to exclaim, "Wow!"
Wow.
Oh.
Give us a good Owen Wilson.
Wow! Wait, is that your turn?
That's your turn.
I, with so much emphasis, it takes up 30 feet of movement. Just, wow!
As a reminder, the scale on this map is incorrect. The squares are 10 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Back here.
Reminder.
Okay, Grimmy, where are you going? What are you doing?
Would I be able to hear the whisper from where I am?
I don't know where you're at actually.
I'm 80 feet away from him.
In a hallway.
Everything here's stone. If anyone's talking, it's most likely echoing.
Okay. I will. I can't see the doorway in front of me going to the left, so I will move back to the right. Is this hallway wide enough for two people, or no?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna move 30 feet next to Uwe,
Cool.
and that's my turn.
That's me.
L's turn. He went the other way at the junction.
I don't think splitting up the party is wise, so 10, 20,
Talk about it.
30,
It's great.
40,
Do
50,
Trying to find
60,
that-
70,
that
80,
anime,
90. Wow. And then I guess. Yep, he did it.
Okay. Oryx coming along. Jerry.
Well, I guess I'll try to take a peek around the corner. See the party going down that hallway and break out some dancing lights if I can. Is it light at the end of this hallway?
Whisper is carrying a lantern that's providing light for 30 feet.
I think I'd still like to whip out some dancing lights if I could.
Is that showing on your guys' screen that he's providing light?
No.
Yes.
I'll refresh.
I think so, but I can't see
yeah.
it because it's through the doorway. So
Correct.
yes, I would say yes.
See me?
With L, yeah, it's there.
Yeah. Yep. That moves with you.
Okay. That's weird because the doorway is removed. But okay.
Hey, don't even trip.
Ooh-wee.
10, 20, 30, 45. You saw a stairway and books. Where are the books?
Everywhere. On the floor, on the shelves, on the table. Stacked neatly. Scattered about.
Your hair.
Does there look like a certain place that people were mostly pulling from? A section that seems more disturbed than the other.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. Ragnar.
I guess I'll move on that thing. Nope.
I take it we're all filtering in this room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
we're getting in so the door shuts behind us and locks.
Are you in another doorway, Grim, or are you just like phased through the wall?
I was standing next to Uwe.
Okay. It almost looked like you were like becoming ethereal. Just going. Okay.
Do you have us not locked in the grid? Is that why I didn't snap to a square?
I think
You should be locked to the grid.
I think you're snapped to a square, but it's like has your character model like halfway
The
through.
squares don't line up with this hallway, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was.
How tall is the ceiling?
Oh, it's because you have the walls locked. That's why. It was trying to snap to the grid, but you can't pull the tokens past the walls. That's
Yeah,
why.
Sorry, what was the question?
How tall is the ceiling in this hallway? Is it pretty short? I'd imagine. Like dwarf size.
It's not. It would be large for a dwarf, but people can definitely walk through it, no problem.
Okay, so I don't have any issue. I know you're saying the squares are 10 feet, but you don't have any issue moving through these three gentlemen.
No, it's this is like King's Chambers. It's pretty stately and overly large.
Yeah. So I'll go 5, 10, 15. Sorry, 10, 20, 30. Do you do diagonals as 10 in this case?
I just no, it's fine.
Okay. 20, 30, 40. Go. I'll go there. See, staircase. It's great. Good. Feels good. Still have sanctuary up. Hanging out. Having a good time.
All right, Wispy. What you doing in the room?
I would like to search the books for any kind of journal.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Oof. 11.
11. Okay. I would say, can you read Dwarvish by chance?
Nope.
It's kind of hard to tell because everything here is handwritten. Obviously, there's no book printing process. Hard to tell what's a journal and what isn't, but there's not a whole lot of common language here. I will say with an 11, as you're kind of making your rounds through the room, you would notice that this door here is slightly ajar. And you can see many more books.
Spooky.
And maybe like there's stuff in there, but the door's kind of being prevented from being opened.
Gotcha.
Swings in.
I'll go up to the door, but sure.
Okay. Grimmy?
I forgot last turn that I can move double my speed when I'm not attacking. So that was the mistake that I made before. So
That's
I
okay.
will.
You can use it now. I don't care.
Wow. Okay. Tava and I will walk right into the room then.
Books everywhere.
Ah, look at them all.
Did you guys hear that time?
I heard something.
Yeah, a little bit of something. I don't know quite what it was, but
Turn it up a little bit.
What, like Katie talking? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I heard was Katie talking.
What does it smell like in this room?
What I smell like?
So make him have to poop.
Yeah, you know when you go into like a used bookshop and it smells like old books?
Nothing like that.
Smell like that. It's a little
Okay.
gross, a little off-putting. but also smells like paper and ink.
Love
You
it.
should be off-putting.
It also just kind of smells dusty, like stale.
Makes sense.
Gross.
Absolutely.
That's my turn.
It smells exactly like Grim. Grim smells stale, right?
Smells like a runny nose.
Grim's just like, this is disgusting.
As the other party members roll their eyes.
L.
I will go 10, 20, 30, 40. No. 10, 20, 30. What is it? What does door look like? Sorry, north door.
North door? It's just it's a wooden door, similar to the one you came through.
Oh. Yep, that's what he's doing.
Okay. Oryx gonna
Excellent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's
Four
gonna come
fingers.
in. He's also gonna start looking through books. Jerry.
I will also make my way in here, notice all the books and things about, and I'd like to look around and see if there are any scrolls in here.
Sure, make an investigation.
That is, hey, a nat 20 for 28.
Hey.
Nice. Looking through, you do not find any scroll cases in here. Just lots and lots of books. Do you read Dwarven by chance?
I do not.
Yeah, just lots of books. Lots of
Okay.
writing you don't understand. What you do find kind of buried in a pile, there's appears to be a really regal set of like gold vestments. Almost like
Okay.
priest robes, but they somehow have incorporated a very thin layer of actual gold metal into it. You would guess probably worth some money.
If they're dwarven, would they fit me?
They sure would.
Okay.
Hey, your clothes are still old and shitty, aren't they? I guess they're not shitty, but they're
No,
old.
I don't. I think.
Boom
I
roasted.
think he at least patched them up in Neverwinter. I don't think they were as shabby as they were.
Still wearing
Um.
circus clothing.
But like originally,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like they were like
Well-
nice clothes, but they were like
Well, they
really
were
old,
nice. Yeah,
right?
they were nice in that time. They,
Obviously, we've been in battles and things like
but
that.
I don't. I think that they're nicer than they were before Neverwinter.
Hey, you still look like shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. How you like me now, bitch? I'm wearing gold.
We're gonna see Aura crying in a second. Those are my mom's robes.
Oh, I'd be more worried about Grim looking my way.
So I see you have found some vestments.
Nope.
Nope.
Ooey. What y'all doing?
Isn't it Ragna's turn? Oh, she's after me. Never mind.
I'm laughing.
10, 20, 30. Can I assume that Whisper is looking in this door to try and get in it?
Yeah.
I would guess so. And it's like hangs like 6 inches ajar. You can see into it. You can see that there's many more books. There's a table in there, almost like a small office, you would guess. But there's just something on the other side of the door that's preventing it from being fully opened.
I would like to try and bust it open.
Go ahead, make a strength check. Let's see if you can force it in.
Yeah.
Whisper's sitting there, like trying to strategically look in and look for traps, and Uwe just fucking axe kicks it open.
Uwe gives like he's like looking at you, like looking at the door, and then kind of like looks back at you and looks at the door. And it's a good roll. Strength. You said athletics.
Sure.
That is a 21.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. You give it a solid, good kick and a shoulder jab into it, and it does give way and open enough for you to squeeze through for sure.
I'll just squeeze into the little space if I'm allowed to.
Yeah. Let me remove my door. My door. This is way harder than it should be because you can't click on single lines.
Oh shit! It's a slime breath weapon.
That was unintentional.
Uwe does not go inside the door anymore.
My goo.
What do I see in the?
Yeah, so what was preventing the door opening was, of course, another pile of books, but that you've now knocked over. There's a table that's kind of stretching across from this wall. Let me make sure I'm on the right layer. From this wall here, it kind of stretches out about 10 feet to here. There's a room to kind of walk around it, and there's books in like neat stacked piles here on this table. And then behind the table, where normally you would expect maybe someone to sit, like a desk, you do see what appears to be a figure kind of crouched in the corner with a sheet covering.
Drew?
Is it Droop? Yep.
I mean, I used my action to push open the door. My bonus actions.
Area blows.
I mean, I'll. Can I say hello? Like, will you allow me to do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I will say hello. It's like the same hello friends thing, but I just don't say friends at the end.
There's no response. Ragnar.
Flurry of blows.
Right.
His pushing open the door and knocking over a stack of books did cause quite a commotion. It was not quiet.
I straight up Sparta kicked the
And
door.
the door that we all went through coming from the hallway, is that still open?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of doors in here, guys. I will
You're a student.
go ahead and move 5, 10, 15, sorry, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And just keep an eye out.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just staying alert to not be surprised?
More of a, like, if I want to listen for anything that might seem like it's approaching, like maybe from the other side of this door, or maybe from down the hallway, if that's not too far.
Okay. Easy enough. Wispy. Bird Boy just pushed his way in.
Corner is this thing in?
It would be like in this corner back here.
And you heard me say hello? Or hello?
Hello?
I'm just gonna walk up and
Hello.
detect traps.
That's how Grim would say it.
Is this sheet? Is it look like a figure, like it could be a statue, or is it like moving?
Or is it like a ghost?
There's no discernible movement. There's a heavy layer of dust on top of the sheet, but it certainly looks like a person that would be like crouched in like a fetal position for sure.
I want it to be a statue, so it's like canon how smart Uwe is. Like he's like, there's a person under there. Under a heavy sheet of dust.
I'd like to take out my sword and try to start like pulling back the sheet.
Yeah, sure. I'll say that as you kind of wrestle with the sheet a little bit, there's no movement in the sheet. It's fabric. It's easy enough to kind of hook on the tip of the sword and pull away if you like. What you see underneath the sheet is some sort of automaton, long dormant. It has a barrel-like chest, torso. Its legs are kind of pulled up towards its chest, very spindly legs, almost spider-like, where they have a bend for a knee, but pulled all the way up. There are no arms that you can see, but it does have a single stalk out the top of the torso that kind of bends. Imagine like a desk lamp, how it kind of goes out at an angle and then bends back over. Hanging at the end appears to be some sort of ocular receptor of some sort, but there's a heavy metal lid that is closed. It's entirely made out of some sort of metal.
Whisper's gonna turn back to you and say, last time I touched something, well, you know, Grim died again, so maybe we let the wizard or the dwarf take this one.
Might be
It's like,
wise.
oh my god, I'm about to have 2 robot friends.
I am proficient in Tinker's tools.
I'm about to have an R2D2. I already have my C3PO.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I guess I relax after,
can I?
he inspected it.
I guess. No, I'm not touching it. Okay, so call it for Jerry. Jerry, there's a thing.
He'll head that way.
I feel like Jerry gets that a lot from everybody. Like Jerry, like we're
What is
there's
this?
a thing over here. Like what is it? Okay,
What's
okay.
this?
It's
Identify
toilet paper.
this. Dispel this. Talk to this. All right. Well, gnomes do have a bit of a history with devices such as that.
I will
A lot
say,
of the time.
Whisper, somewhere deep in your mind, you've seen this before, and you're having a very hard time remembering it fully. You know you've seen it. You've definitely encountered something like this, something exactly like this. You've seen it up and moving. You even know deep down underneath that metal lid that there is a humanoid eyeball, and you're not sure why you know that.
Gross.
You
Gross.
immediately
like
feel
Jerry's
uneasy because it's almost like you're receiving memories that aren't yours, but for some reason you know it to be true.
Yeah. Just I'll wait till it's Jerry's turn. So maybe divulge that information.
Grim, what you doing?
Grimmy.
I am definitely walking into the room. Just saw Uwe blast through the door, and Whisperer went in behind him. For sure, I'm walking in as well.
There are 4 dead bodies.
It was the most casual. It was the most casual breach operation we've done so far.
I know. And usually it would take the same amount of time for Grim to walk to the door as it would for you to slaughter a room of enemies.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Tava just behind, I suppose. How big is the creature thing? Robot?
In its current state, it looks pretty small, smaller than the rock gnome next to it. but that's because its legs are kind of bundled up underneath it, or like next to it. I guess it's not standing. If it were standing, it would probably be 5 feet tall, and then if it fully extended its eye stalk straight up, probably upwards of 7 feet.
Dang. Okay. I would assume Grim does not know that it has that capability to get that large. Would that be correct?
I mean, looking at it, you could figure if it stood up, it could be that big.
Okay. Upon entering, Grim will say to both, is Jerry in there yet? Has Jerry moved in there?
Well, he's been beckoned, but maybe not.
No, he hasn't moved in yet, I guess. Not till his turn.
Grim would say to the Whisperer and to Uwe, what are you guys waiting for? And he will attempt to pick up the robot.
Okay. Make a strength check.
My friend.
The brobot.
My friend.
I'm talking to my friend.
Just straight strength.
All right, that is 17.
Okay. It is definitely heavier than you expected. You're guessing that the chest is full of the mechanics that make it work and move. Lots of metal pieces in there. But with a 17, yeah, you could definitely get like a good barrel hug grip on it and kind of attempt to stand it up. It does seem to articulate and move as if standing up onto legs. The knees straighten out a little bit. It kind of flexes at its version of hips, but it doesn't remain standing. There's no support.
Would I be able to tell that it is doing that on its own, just not supporting itself, or is it just like the legs are dangling underneath as I'm picking it up?
The legs kind of dangle, and if you set it down on the legs, it just kind of collapses. It doesn't hold itself. You would note now that you're up close and touching it that there seems to be a large door on the front of its chest where you could possibly look inside and see what's going on, but that would require some very technical knowledge.
All right. After picking it up, I will put it back down.
Okay.
It doesn't even work.
What a useless piece of shit.
Yeah. Piece of garbage.
A hunk of metal.
L's turn.
So, what's Oric doing right now? Still looking through the books.
Yeah. Although
Elk-
his curiosity is piqued, he's probably going in there.
Okay. Well, Elk can read Dwarvish or Dwarven. So he'll go around. Let's say he'll look for maybe texts pertaining to the bowls, maybe.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Plus 2, so 3. So
reading through a lot of the titles of the books on the spines, the covers, you would gather that most of the works in here are fiction. There's a lot of prose, poems, folk tales that have been written down, chronicled, that sort of stuff. There's a small section of books that appear to be like history. There's some like region history, world history, dwarvish, just culture history, accounts of major events for them. Not finding anything in particular about bowls.
Okay. He'll just stay out because the room's not big. Maybe stay by Ragna and keep an eye out.
Okay. Oric's coming in. He's gonna say, I have no idea what that thing is. He'll make an investigation check and not do well.
Maybe it'll roll 20.
It's a 5. So, yeah, he's not sure.
What is this dang thing?
He says, I don't know, maybe we can open it up, take a look at what's inside. I don't know. Jerry's turn. You were beckoned.
I was. I will go into the room. Is Grim still holding on to that thing?
No, I put it down. I'd
Okay,
probably
so
be further back into the room now.
So I'll go up to it and do a similar investigation to see if I might know anything about it.
Okay.
That is a 19.
Okay. What you notice is that around the door on its chest, there's some dwarvish scripture engraved in it. Can you read dwarvish?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Does Jerry know that Elle can also read dwarvish?
Mm-hmm. He read it. Yeah, I mean, I guess he kind of announced it back when we first
Okay.
entered in. He was reading that.
Also,
Also, Orc is
Orc exists. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, because my idea was, could one of them read what's on the robot, and could another do a quick look for a book that might refer to a robot like this? That Jerry could at least, or, if there's a manual, basically.
Hey, it's a wizard thinking with his head.
Yeah.
How about that?
So maybe Oric could read what's on there, and Elle could look for whatever. Look for a book.
Yeah. Okay. Oui.
He's gonna walk up to the robot and give everybody like a sorry, step back. He's just gonna open up the front of the robot.
Let the man work.
Open up
A lot
the
of
front
soldering
of the robot
iron.
and just gonna take a look inside and see if he can spot anything broken, maybe. Just that he could see.
Okay. Opening up the door.
He's not specialized in anything engineering wise. He's not. There's no knowledge in that.
As I said, you would expect to find a bunch of gears and cogs and metal workings and motors. And it's weird. It's almost like there's nothing. There's almost like a thick black curtain right on the other side of the door that you can't really see through.
I'm gonna tentatively put
Like
my
a-
hand through it, like very slowly.
Okay. Yeah, your hand goes through. You can't see where your hand goes. It appears to be inside this robot.
Don't feel anything.
Make an investigation again.
No. 6.
And you're just grasping at air.
Cool. I pull it out. And I'll step back.
Wait, what did you pull out?
My hand.
Ragnar.
Well, everybody's in that room, so gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna
Fireball.
look at. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look at my orb of time to see whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening, or nighttime. Apparently, evening and nighttime. No, okay, I guess there's a distinction. It properly functions only on the material plane. We'll see what time
Yeah.
of day it is.
It is currently evening.
Okay. That is an action to use, so
Okay.
just keep an eye out.
Wispy.
So, in my visions of remembering this thing, there's the lid on top where the eyeball is.
Hmm.
Has anybody opened that lid at all?
They have not touched it, no.
Try and open the lid.
Quick, Grim, give us your eye.
Yeah, kind of just, using your thumbs and trying to slide open that aperture at the top. You're able to kind of move it up. It doesn't stay open on its own, but you can see a humanoid eyeball, green iris, pupil, dilated quite large. Not moving, but still, I mean, it looks like it's still lubricated and like
Organic.
alive, organic, yeah.
Just fucking doink. Just like, no. And I don't remember anything about activating these. My vision. I just remember it being a thing.
Yeah, you'd seen them around. It's an unfamiliar place. You can't even really think of where it is. The background almost is blurry. But you've definitely recognized this thing for sure. You know what it is.
So,
In fact, you also know that it's a library automaton, and you know that they're created, meant for cataloging books, tomes, scrolls, keeping everything cleaned up, and helping people find information.
I will divulge that information.
That'd be really useful.
And fuck it. I guess I'll investigate it as well. See if I can find I don't know, a button or something on it.
Yeah, make a roll.
That is 15.
You do not see any button switches that are easily apparent, no.
Oh.
Really just kind of waiting on someone to read Dwarven, I think.
yeah, that's what Jerry's waiting on. I know that. So, do the backgrounds of the Whispers memories get like prompted from Discord to like blur their background?
Yeah, it's all blurry, see?
Yeah.
It's just in beta right now.
I will say, hey, Auric, come read this.
Okay. Let me check it out.
On my turn.
Okay, cool. And then
Give me
I'll
6
walk out of the
seconds.
Yeah, he'll go over there. He'll read it. Essentially, what's inscribed on the front of the door are the instructions for how to operate this thing. It says essentially place your hand on the object and give the command word wake.
Alexa.
Can be shut off with a command word sleep, and then it has a couple
Self-destructive.
symbols there that Uwe and Whisper would both recognize.
Hell yeah.
A mechanist in nature.
They certainly would appear to be. But Oryx says, well, here goes nothing. Unless you guys don't want to wake it up. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm very eager to wake it up.
Hey,
He'll get up his
Especially-
bump stick out.
Especially if we know it's a cataloging automaton. I don't think Jerry's very worried about it.
I'm gonna rearrange your catalog of organs.
Yeah. Oh, that's where my stomach was.
Okay. He will place his hand on the front of its barrel torso and say the dwarven word for wake, and you see the eye shutter kind of start blinking rapidly, and then it pops open. The eyeball immediately dilates to a normal standard, and it starts looking around frantically at all of you.
What does it look like its level of awareness is? Is it pretty, does it have like limited function? Is it like freaking out like it's fully sentient? Or is it more robotic?
Make a perception check.
That's a 7.
Hard to read. Looks pretty robotic so far.
Okay.
But that would be Oric's turn. Jerry, you just made that check. Are you moving or doing anything else?
I'll take a step back from the robot.
The robot?
Give it a second to calibrate.
Calibrating.
Yeah, and you guys all can hear now. There does seem to be a lot of clicking, some hissing sounds of maybe some steam releasing. It's definitely whirring and making some sort of mechanical noises. Seems like it's maybe in the process of booting up. Classic computer.
You guys all right in there?
Ask again in a minute.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
Uwe's just gonna pat it on the back.
Okay. And it
Did you say
Kinda-
pat it?
turns its little eye stalk.
Just pass him on the back.
It creaks a little bit as the eye stalk kind of turns and looks at you, and kind of in a very much like GLaDOS style, like awkward angles around the sides of your face, getting a full picture of you. Yeah.
Give him a little wave. Okay. Oh, it's okay, buddy. That's it.
Ragnar.
You guys need help in there? Or you good?
Not sure. I think we're okay. Just making new friends.
Okay.
Well-
At the top of the round, it's gonna begin to stand up. Kind of, the legs kind of go rigid, and it activates its stance, I guess, and begins standing up. Rises to, like I said, it's maybe 5.5 feet tall, with its eye stalk bent and still kind of holding at a eye level. It immediately begins surveying the room, and then you see kind of coming from the middle of its body, right out of the door, you see a spectral, like, purple mage hand. You've seen mage hands before. it begins just sorting books on the table.
Jerry is orgasming.
Oh, oh.
Oh god, sorting. Oh god.
Oh, is that alphabetical?
Sort me, daddy.
Hi, Sam.
Whisper. It's sorting the books on the table.
Hello, friend. Do you speak the common tongue?
And it kind of stops and looks at you, and while it does not have a mouth, you do see in your mind, almost a telekinesis, that it's able to communicate, and you see the word yes. It's not audible. You don't hear a voice in your head, but you can see, like written out in your mind's eye, the word yes.
Very cool.
That's terrifying.
Do you? What's the last thing you remember before now?
It will show you a series of images in your brain, where you can see. I'm trying to think. It working in the library. You can see what appears to be all the sconces lit. The room that you were just previously in, it's well lit. There's a fire in the fireplace. Looks really comfortable. There's couches and everything in there, and you can see from the automaton's perspective, you can see its purple mage hand just kind of stacking and sorting books and working on its stuff. And then you see a hurried figure in regalia. You would guess probably a king, a dwarf, come hurriedly into the room, begin scrawling into a book, and then handing it to the automaton, and then him being like shoved into this closet and then going to sleep.
Friend, do you have a name? Don't tell me you didn't name the robot Michael. Come on.
No, it doesn't have a name.
Okay. Okay. Are you okay if we give you a name?
No, fuck you.
I do not understand this name.
It just says yes.
Oh wait. Name this thing.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. Where did you place this book that was handed to you in this memory?
You can see its mage hand comes back and opens up its chest, reaches inside itself, and then produces a black covered journal, it seems, and hands it out to you.
Hey, I was inside of there.
It
Just
looks
gonna-
at you and then slams the door shut.
All right, Beep boop. Easy.
I was taking a drink of water, man. Come on.
I'm gonna take one look inside, assume that it's all written in Dwarven, and then hand it to Oric.
You better believe it, baby.
This last memory was a figure of royalty handing him this book frightenedly and then shutting him in here. This is probably our best clue to find out what has happened down here.
Yeah. Let's take a look. You gave it to Oric, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna kind of flip through, read the last passage, and he'll read it aloud as he's reading, and it says, "It seems the flame has corrupted them. They went further than they anticipated, couldn't control it. The city has to be evacuated and sealed. We make for Mithril Hall. All attempts to destroy the gate have failed." That's it.
Mithril Hall's the current headquarters of the Dwarven race.
Yes.
Can you maybe go back earlier passages, see what they're talking about this flame and who is them?
Yeah, going back through, basically, to recap, because he's going to spend some time reading this, it mentions a zealous cult, an offshoot of the members of the Iron Tabernacle. They were originally part of the church, who were, they considered themselves the chosen of the sacred flame. And it appears that they're referencing the flame here that feeds the forge. And as you would all remember on the mural, the flame that they show in the forge is sentient. It has a face. It mentions this cult, that they came in contact with the flame. It speaks to them. They became obsessed with finding a way to either release it or get it home. There were many attempts at finding a way to connect to its original plane. And apparently through those attempts, you would gather from the last passage that perhaps they connected to a plane, not the one that they thought they were, and things got out of hand.
Well, sure looks like we have our work cut out for us. Do we know which plane? Do they speculate anywhere in these passages?
It does mention an appearance of shadows. Got real spooky in here.
Yeah. Spooky.
Journal that he read from, I assume.
Yes.
And if the Whisperer described this person to Auric, I'm guessing he would confirm that it was the king at the time.
Most likely. No way to know for sure. Dwarves live a very long time.
Very long. Well, we have our friend Beep Boop here. You want to look up anything else?
Ols.
Beep Boop. Or any passages on bulls capable of summoning elementals.
You can see it kind of blinks rapidly, almost like an indicator light on a computer. And then it opens its chest and reaches in again. And pulls out another volume, and again written in Dwarvish, hands it to you.
Hold on a second. I mean, Ubi would have not figured this out, but I'm guessing that, well, me as a player have figured it out, is every time he reaches in, I'm guessing it is a portal.
Yeah,
Like he's using portal technology to pull out.
absolutely.
Okay. Maybe everybody already figured that out, but I just did.
Good job.
That's very cool. How big is the opening in his chest?
It's not huge. It's less than a foot.
Okay.
It's enough to reach in.
So we can probably squeeze through there, huh?
You might not like where you end up, but sure.
Yeah, sorry, what does the say?
It's in Dwarven. Again, everything's written in Dwarven. Just to speed the process along, Auric is going to read through it, and he's going to say, it appears that the bowls are part of a ritual that they use in order to keep the flame under control.
Oh.
He's gonna turn to Grim, who's not here. Go, buddy. Got some bad news for you.
Talking about.
Well, surely they've got to have backups, right?
Fingers crossed.
Question is, how many do you need to contain the flame?
Right.
Probably more than they have right now.
Very least. I mean, they have one in the moons. What's called a moonstar. Moonstone.
We've seen 2 so far, and apparently they can be removed.
We know of 3. At least something that's similar.
However, I guess I'll just say El's talking because we can't be this. Was the one that they have at the mask one from these cultists that removed it, that made this fire and unleashed more of the damage down here?
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe a very good replica. I mean, imagine.
It was fully magic.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still replicate magic, right? You can have somebody who's talented in enchanting and imbuing things with magic, and not necessarily just like make another one, right?
It's true.
But maybe that's fortune, right? We get one of them and just make them for a living.
It's not a bad way to fill out our days.
All jokes aside, I think if we want to figure out anything about anything book-wise, anyways, we should probably do it while we're here. So I don't know if any of you have anything else curious about.
Hey, Poop. Any documentation on the flame itself?
Yeah, it stands up and starts walking past you guys out the room to a section that earlier El would have recognized as folklore mythology, and grabs a book, like takes a second to kind of look through the piles of books and grabs one and then holds it out to you. And you can see it's a tale of, it's kind of a retelling of the origin of the dwarves. And inside it details that one of the elementals responsible for their race's creation, they believe is the same flame that they have trapped here. and that would be the Dawn Titan, the Fire Primordial.
Ah,
I have a bunch more books that I want to ask for, but I can just ask you post game because it doesn't actively pertain to the dungeon, but maybe it does.
Or how do you feel about all of this?
He says, well, I have to admit I'm a little conflicted. Part of what drew me here is the forge itself and the ability to make this town a sustainable living mining forge town again. It would help dwarves in general. It would help Neverwinter and the alliance between dwarves and men. So obviously I would like the forge to be functional. However, knowing that, or assuming now that what feeds the forge is a sentient living being, I don't know how I feel about keeping it trapped here. And if that's the case, what's the repercussion to setting it free?
is it? Do we know that it's trapped?
Maybe it likes
Well,
being here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It does sound like that they're keeping it here, but
It, to me, would seem that if it were free of its own will, we wouldn't need water elementals keeping it in place.
just, well, maybe the sheer power. I don't know.
And I guess to extrapolate from what tragically happened down here is they tried to set it free and fucked up the portal somehow. So I don't think releasing it without a way to send it home is a good idea either.
Do we know if this flame, the dawn flame, was killing the people who were trying to set it free, or was it all the shadow? All people from the shadow. Oh,
Do any of us know what a Titan is?
I'm guessing.
Make a history check.
I
will try.
rolled for Al and myself, and I got 2 natural ones, so I've had 3 natural ones today.
Is Jerry allowed to make a check for that?
Anyone can make a check that's hearing this news to just see if you recognize that Dawn Titan name. Let's see if that.
I got a 15.
Got a 10. Right smack in the middle.
I don't understand the word, and I won't respond to it.
With the 15, it jogs your memory. Nothing precise.
Okay.
You've heard it before, for sure.
Just several vagaries.
Well, do we have any more business in the library, or?
Hey, Boop, do you have any publications on the shadow beings?
What was their name?
And you can see it's thinking again, and then leads kind of over to a region, world history, dwarven history section of the library, and the mage hand kind of floats out, grabs another book, and brings it to now Oric, and recognizes that no one else can read it, and he flips through it, and it's just another recounting of the Darrow, a shadow dwarven race. And they are Yeah, it's just basically recounting the deep war. It might just be a little confused by your question.
Does this book outline any weaknesses or tactics they used in the Dawn War?
No, not really. Just so there's not any player confusion, DM to player, the Darrow and Shadows are two separate entities. It's not the same people.
The Darrow is like the equivalent of the Drow for the elf.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That's what I was thinking.
But the King's message mentioned Shadow, not Darrow. So
Don't you know anything about shadows? Keep out of sleep. I guess I would ask, is there any documentation on previous encounters with shadows?
Maybe something about that correlation with Shar. Document.
What you would find is that in just some other in the same journal that Oric had already received, there would be more passages pertaining to shadows, and that they always seem to be portended or foretold to be coming by a creeping laughing sound.
Oh. I've heard one of those before.
Real cool.
Like a lot of the race are coming when we hear that, or like it's very close. Like, oh, they're like 30 feet away. And they're coming towards us. Or is it just not that specific?
They're exactly 22 feet away.
If you can hear the laugh, it's already too late.
That's kind of good, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably true for common people, to be honest. But it had been an issue throughout the city, through residential sections, city centers, that it began to just so many reports and then investigations, and nothing's happened. You yourselves would know that you've heard it at least twice in here, and you haven't encountered any enemy. It just seems like it's a constant threat that was hanging over and slowly plucking people, and people going missing, and all sorts of just shitty things happening. And then eventually it became a very serious problem, apparently.
Does it? God damn it.
I immediately check to make sure all members of our party are still present.
Does he have a harmonica player in there?
Yeah, it's
probably his dishwasher.
A personal harmonica player?
It was my oven.
He just has a bard that follows him around.
Yeah, just shit. Now I gotta remember what the fuck I was gonna say.
Sorry, I keep messing people up. Something about the singing people or the shadows.
Something about the shadows. Oh, when they describe the laughing and then the kind of the residential issues and so on and so forth and getting worse, does it kind of sound like a corruption, like a larger scale?
Yeah, it seems like it initially was just like rumors throughout the city, throughout town. Obviously it's one of those scare your kids type things where it's like, don't stay out too late, the shadows might get you. And then it became a very real situation just over time, and they apparently couldn't resolve the issue.
Does it document how long it had been going on, or it has been going on?
I believe it escalated pretty quickly.
Okay.
There's not a specific timetable laid out, though.
Yeah. Well, I know it's been a long time since anybody's lived here, but I've been here. Good news for Grim, though.
Grim,
Hey.
no bowls for us.
Yeah, Grim, you missed a lot of lore dump there.
Yeah.
And okay.
We can't take any bowls because the bowls provide the water elementals that keep the Dawn Titan at bay, which is the fire elemental that is being kept under the forge.
Literally a living fire.
Now, we don't know that we need all. We don't know that we need all of the bowls.
Right.
To be fair.
Oh, okay. In that case,
We're taking the bulls.
bets are still on. We're taking the bulls.
And the bulls are gone.
And just to reiterate, the readings that we had in the bowls, there was no documentation on how necessarily they functioned.
Yes, there is.
Perfect.
How do we get them off of the ground?
How do you activate them is the real question.
So, in the tome that details how the fire is kept at bay through the bowls, it does state that they're placed throughout the city in safe places that people can watch. They're also heavily guarded, so as that they are not tampered with. They can, since they are an active magical object in use, the holder that it's placed in keeps it going perpetually. And to remove it, it doesn't say how to remove it, but knowing that it's active magic in place, figure it out.
Would you ever try dispelling it?
No, you did not.
We should.
I am still down to try that at some point, but maybe
Also, you guys tried to pick it up, but no one ever actually made a concerted effort to pull it from there. So just putting that up there also.
Wait, somebody tried to pick it up but not like pull it.
Like you guys attempted to pick it up, but no one said I'm gonna try and pry it from there.
Oh, okay, I got you. Like physically.
I guess I tried to scoot it with my foot, but that was interrupted immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, maybe I mean this is keeping a Titan at bay. Maybe we should just make landmarks for now. Unless you want to start testing the fire.
I definitely think we do a bit of investigating for them. Oh, Barlos, the other thing you missed was there's basically this cult of people who wanted to free the flame back home, and when they opened the portal to try to access the elemental plane of fire, they instead opened one to Shadowfell.
Love that.
So
All of them.
And did they say that they were unable to close the portal? Is that what they said?
It did not say.
Undetermined.
What you would know from the king's last note is that any attempt to destroy it had failed.
Right.
Well, not even close it, but destroy it.
Sure.
Which means definitely probably didn't get closed.
Well, any other questions for Beep Boop?
And as you're all talking amongst yourselves, he's just this whole time mage hand picking up books and putting them back on shelves.
I feel like dust them off at all.
He only has one mage hand, so.
I want all the info on Shadowfell.
Jerry could ask if there are any spell scrolls anywhere.
You could ask that.
I will ask that.
Yeah, it will think for a second and then reach inside of its body and produce a single spell scroll case.
Yay!
Ooh.
The
Is
scroll
it,
kiss my ass.
Am I able to identify it quickly, or would I have to formally identify it?
I think you would have to identify it.
Okay.
I think if it's on your if there's a spell that you know and it's on your spell list, you can read it.
Yeah.
As long as it's the same or like whatever level you know or below.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But if it's higher, it might be a different story. I don't really know much about scrolls.
Okay. Well, he hands you a spell scroll. Let me pull it up here.
It's Wish, right?
Couldn't read that if it were Wish.
I will
It's,
share all the bowls.
It's just banish.
Upon reading the scroll, you are banished.
Goodbye.
Hang on, I lost it. Yes, it is a first level spell. You can look at it and recognize it. It is comprehend languages.
Okay. Hey, look at that.
Can't imagine that'll come in handy anywhere.
No.
Nah.
That's very considerate.
A gracious DM.
Exactly.
Remember when there was a locked door that you guys couldn't get through, but somewhere else in the dungeon there was an item that would unlock any door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I mean, I still have the knock spell scroll, so there's also that.
At least we have
You're such a nice DM, Michael. You give, like, the perfect scroll at the right time.
Imagine that.
Are we good? Is the next find going to be a diamond worth 500 gold pieces?
Could be.
Oh.
Make an
And then we need
investigation
the
check.
ones worth 300, right?
Oh, let me see if I can get another natural one. Nope, it's a 5.
You don't see any 500 gold worth diamonds in this room.
Okay, it was worth a look.
Was there any return on Andrew's inquiry of Shadowfell?
If that's not, if it's not pertinent, it can be something you can do.
I would say that there's nothing technical about it, as far as there's like a mythology folklore book about different planes and that sort of stuff, but it's not, it's, you know, campfire stories and.
I have like 5 things I want to ask for my character arc, so it don't. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like we don't have to waste time here right now.
I mean, it's your time in the library with a sentient being that provides information, so.
Well, any info shadow rooms.
You know, I wonder if Beep Boop would be open to, you know, working
Traveling?
for us.
Say adoption.
He is my brother.
Well,
Maybe on the way out.
since I'm the gnome,
Yes.
I would droop him, yes.
He does have a full stat block. In case you guys decided to attack him.
No, I'm not saying necessarily take him with us down to the dungeon either. I just maybe he can fix his books here, and maybe if he was open to coming with us, maybe that's something that's worth somebody's time, right?
I would like to bring a scroll-producing robot, yes.
Anytime the party's in trouble, just be like, hey, people, you got anything for this?
Conveniently produces like the scroll you need.
Control water, here you go.
Here's your wish spell, master.
Yeah.
Can we, Beep Boop, can you empty all the contents of your chest, please?
No. You cannot.
He said,
Beep Boop, you got anything shiny in there?
He will open up the door, and for the first time ever, you'll see a bunch of metal gears instead of the black curtain. Lots of shiny.
Are those metal gears solid?
You could say that.
I have a good question. Beep Boop. Who made you?
You see in your mind an image of a man, and he is in a long, flowing black cloak. You can see a great big, bushy white beard kind of all the way down to the chest, protruding from the bottom of a plague doctor mask.
"There you go, Santa."
I want to ask him the same question, just so I can get the image and see if I recognize this person.
You absolutely recognize that image. That's an image you've seen before.
I would also like to ask the same question.
Beep-boop, who made you? Beep-boop, who made you? Yeah, you all, whoever asks would see that. One of you has seen that before.
Is that like a hazy memory as well, or?
Oh no, that one is a very strong memory. That is one that you were presented by the Nothic, I believe.
That's a strange looking fellow.
Who is your creator? Who's that man you showed me?
It's all question marks.
You don't have any documentation or records on your manufacturer?
He reaches into his chest and pulls out a user manual.
What's your model number?
Yeah, I guess I'll go through it. Or anything?
Well, his model number is LBR727.
We gotta rename him now.
Mm-hmm.
Library.
Your name is
Labor.
Labor.
He's a library unit.
He's a labor bot.
727?
Yes.
He's a 727.
Yes.
We'll rename him Karen, because he shoots people.
He uses its mage hand and holds it up to his eye and the sh symbol.
Yep, his name's Karen.
Is there anything else pertinent about manufacturers or?
All it says is that it uses the commands wake and sleep in order to turn on and turn off. It says it requires an eye to activate. This is an actual human or dwarven eye that someone sacrificed to bring this thing to life. Yeah, the rest is just, gears, repairs, that sort of stuff, all general technical knowledge, I guess.
Could you make a more powerful automaton if you used like a Nothic's eye?
You could certainly try.
Well, tempting.
What do you think his eyes looking nowadays? Think he's decomposed yet? Because he doesn't have eyelid, right?
He does not have an eyelid.
So there's no preserve in that.
Didn't someone squish it? Or was that... No, that
You
was
said it was lubricated.
No, I'm the Nothic.
Oh. I don't know.
Or the final
Probably
blow,
Uli
I
or
think.
Whisper.
I think the final hit, pierced the eye or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You have a bag of holding. Reserve that bad boy. Keep an eye out for eyes.
That's good eye. Upgrade that. Beep Boop.
Beep Boop, do you have a Nothic eye by chance?
reaches in his chest, pulls out a middle finger.
Yeah, I have a scroll of Not the Guy production right here for you.
If Beep was that sarcastic, I think we would take him.
No, he's just cleaning. He's just cleaning. That's his lot in life.
That's his lot number?
Yeah, totally.
Well, maybe we should let him do his thing and carry on if we're good here.
Guess so.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I guess as long as this place doesn't, burst into a pile of flames, you can always come back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I guess if you say beep boop on the way out.
I'm so excited you guys got some good information.
Hashtag save beep boop.
I was thinking, I was like, what is the one thing that I've been wondering about? Yeah, that. The creation thing. That's the platinum trophy, say beep boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Beep boop. Do you have a map of Grontalgrim?
Thought you'd never ask.
Goddamn genius.
Reaches into his chest. Now let me pull up my map and make sure there's nothing I need to remove.
I found my notes.
Are they good?
Hopefully I can go through them and ask you cities that I want to know, or ask you books that I want to know. So the only thing about Shadow Realms was the one that was just about folklore, not any hard evidence kind of stuff.
I think the entire
yes.
time. Like, I think the entire time he was just like, we're doing this, and like, after we stopped talking, he like starts just picking up books. I don't know why.
As I leave, I just start grabbing more books off the shelf. Puts one away, pulls another one.
Hold, please. I never uploaded it to Roll20.
The robot just starts playing like elevator music.
By it, he means the beholder.
He produces a single rolled up piece of paper that is a hand-drawn map.
Amber. Put my chin up high, fuck 'em all. So is the last thing over there?
Hang on.
Glad that week of me having listened to that song several times a day is over.
Just don't ever bring it up again. And he'll forget about it for years.
He's remembered it a couple times.
Don't get that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that fucking flame looks like the Eye of Sauron for sure.
Okay. So we know the Titan's name is Bam Margera.
Yeah.
Alright, so we passed the gates. We haven't seen any minecarts yet, right?
You have not. That's not entirely accurate.
Okay. We're in the Vault of Kings, I assume, right? Or no, we're in the throne room.
We went through Castle Facade.
I'm guessing the Vault of Kings we passed through, which were the
Yeah.
big
Statues.
yeah, and we're past his throne. We're in his throne room. We're kind of behind it.
So the Iron Tabernacle was what you didn't have ready a couple weeks ago?
No,
we tried to go?
that's just the city center. The Iron Tabernacle is the church.
Oh, okay.
What was the rich part?
It's just one of the residential areas. So all of those like maze-like squiggle drawings are just more residential locations. And that would have been one of these ones up top here, on top of the Vault of Kings.
Okay. So it sounds like after we go through the rest of this throne room passage to the city center will probably be the best place to go. Unless we want to search the rich neighborhoods for any riches.
Bowls.
Bowls.
Well, it's our map. Hey, Boop, is there any way to subside this strange darkness down here?
Unknown.
Worth a shot.
It's also worth mentioning that there's a bunch of doors in here.
Yeah.
Down this hallway.
I mean,
Well,
I think I still got the dancing lights out, if nothing else. Is it the same kind of like oppressive darkness that was outside the gate, or is this different?
Yeah, same kind.
Okay.
My last question for Karen is, does he have any books that may have portraits of powerful entities like gods, demons, demon princes, things like that? Picture books that might have something like that.
Shows a picture of Grim.
Picture books, not as much. In terms of just books about gods, yeah, of course.
Specifically anything related to the Kenku's fall, and specifically the crown of Tiamat. Those two would be the big ones.
Sure.
Crowns.
I thought we were about bowls here. There's not much. There's a couple folklore books about some of the gods that are mentioned. You would notice that of the few that you're looking through, the god of death is always related to Merkel, not the Raven Queen.
Okay. Merkel. Yeah.
That's about all you would really glean from that. It's Merkel, like such as.
Okay. Any books on Merkel?
Yeah, the one in your hands.
Cool. Got it. If I attempt to take this book, is he mad?
Well, how do libraries work?
I'm just borrowing it
You got a library card?
for an undetermined amount of time.
He walks into the little office and pulls out a large book from under the desk and comes back and kind of holds it out to you with a pen.
I write down Gerald the Great.
Okay.
Okay. And then he writes down the book you're taking out, and then marks the date, which you guys would all realize is wildly inaccurate.
Is it the date that this place probably fell?
Yeah, you would think so. Hundreds of years before what it is currently.
Actually, Grim, do I know your last name? I don't know.
What?
Yes.
You would know my last name, yeah.
Okay. I guess that's probably what I would have written. Then.
That's fair.
But he sets it to be due back in 2 weeks.
Is that why the tabaxi got sent after you? Is because you didn't return a library book?
Yeah.
People keep writing my name in this book. I don't know why.
Alright,
I
I guess
gotta
that's
do
my
the
next question. Mm-hmm.
It's you just turn him off now, so that you'll never return the book.
So,
That's how
You didn't
cheat
return
it.
your
You
copy
turn-
of Oh, the Places You'll Go, Now Die!
You turn them off, you come back in 10 years, and you're like, oh, you just check this out. Thank you.
You have
I was
13
agreeing.
years left.
How did it get so dirty so fast? Hi, Karen.
Grim is going to walk up to this door.
Do it. It's a nice dark wood door, closed.
I will attempt to open the door.
It opens. Ba, ba, ba.
Wow. Are we still in turn order?
It opens.
It's probably going to be easier to go out of turn order. I just
Just keep the same initiative if anything happens.
Just let us know if we need to brief somewhere.
I mean, honestly, while we're going through,
my only hesitation doing it was I just don't want you guys moving your tokens all throughout and revealing the whole map immediately, and then being like, okay, let's go here, let's go there. That's why I was doing it in order. But as long as we're sticking to actually like one person at a time moving and then choosing, I think it's okay.
Just follow Grim.
I think we actually can't physically move our tokens through walls or doors unless you drop it in Roll20. So there's no way for us to do that.
I was gonna say is I'm good. Like while we're kind of investigating things, I'm good at just following. You know what I mean? Because I mean, Roger's not really doing anything.
I'm good at following as well. I can't investigate for shit, so.
Jerry's got what he
Alright.
needs.
Grim will walk into the hallway.
Yeah, and it's pretty much just a hallway. Nothing terribly remarkable. There's some old like potted plants that are very long withered and dead. Yeah, just a hallway.
I'll follow you just so there's two people.
Rounding the corner, you would note just within the first couple so many feet, there's a doorway to your right, same kind of wooden door closed, and then one almost exactly opposite, just up a little further to the left, also closed.
I will into the door to the right.
Sure.
Can I be checking these doors as he's going? Just check some traps and such.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me check. All right, you're good.
Also, 25 on that one.
You would notice that around the edges of the door there was a trap on this door, but it had long since been triggered.
Hey. Alright, I will enter the room.
Okay.
Cannot enter the room.
That's right. Now you can.
Oh,
I
wow.
will enter the room.
Alright, upon entering, you would recognize everything in this room is incredibly regal. It's super ornate decoration. Similar to the library, it looks like it's pretty picked over. There's a lot of stuff like chests that have been dumped and everything else like that. But also what's very apparent is that whoever went through here was not looking for valuables, because one of the chests that's dumped over is just coins spilled across the room.
Ooh, I will go immediately to that chest.
Infidels.
Give me the
Um,
numbers, like write them down.
I'll have you roll an investigation, and what you get determines how much you collect.
Oh no.
Can I also roll an investigation check?
Sure.
Now I feel better.
Okay, mine was 24.
Yeah, okay.
Mine is not as good. Mine was a 14.
Okay.
Everybody's just shoveling. Whisper's just like picking up.
Honestly, it's a good thing you both rolled. Grim, you did beat the DC to find all the coins, so you collect 600 copper pieces, 50 platinum pieces.
Hey.
You also find
How many platinum?
50.
Okay.
You also find a set of very ornate mirrors and a mahogany
No.
frame.
Uh-oh.
No shit. No shit.
Oh man.
How many in the set?
There appear to be 3.
That's how many we found originally, right?
Correct.
This is
And
our
we still have all those?
third set we found.
It is.
Do we, glasses of hindsight, remember how many pieces we needed?
You're not entirely sure where they go, so unknown.
Do the mirrors go in bowls?
You could certainly try.
Wonder if it was some type of FaceTime kind of thing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the Whisperer also investigated because your roll was not high enough to find everything, but his was. You discover a slightly larger than normal pearl that has seemed to roll under the very ornate bed.
How much would you say this pearl's worth?
Just by the glance.
That is it's hard to decide.
What color is it?
Sounds like you need it identified.
That is quite opalescent. I guess pearlescent would be more apt.
So hold it out to the spellcasters, I guess. Pearls? Anyone?
Pretty.
I'll take it.
Jerry's like, hey, you son of bitches!
Hey, Jerry's not in the room.
Jerry's not here. I mean, I think Jerry can use it for his arcane magic, but I mean, maybe,
You're like Epigraphus is that whisper just like, hold on to it.
I have at least one spell that needs it, but I think I've already got one. I can hold on to it though.
How do you identify?
There you go.
Just
I know identify you need one.
Yeah. Perfect, Grim. Now Grim can identify things, right? That's how this works with arcane
as
magic?
long as he doesn't sell it, yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's a big if.
Maintain eye contact on Grim and then hand it over to Jerry.
That's fair. That's probably the right thing to do.
Does Grim actually use material components for his spells?
I don't think so.
No.
Why don't you identify the pearl? Just in case.
Do we have 11 minutes to spare?
Got all the time in the world, baby.
We're not in any danger right now.
Okay, I'll identify
So
it.
you think?
So, yes.
Well, he does
He's identifying. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, if he's ritual casting, I was going to cast Detect Magic ritually.
Okay.
We're going to hang out.
Whisper and I will go through this left door.
Sure.
Okay. Ritual spells cast. The only things in this room that would really ping as magical would be the pearl and you get a faint reading off those mirrors. Yeah. I mean, just looking around, it's very obvious that this would be like the Queen's chamber. There are tons of extremely fancy, like dresses, garments, all hanging on racks. There's wardrobes all around. Really nice furniture, well decorated. Queen chambers for sure. But those are the two things that ping you as magical. To the identify ritual cast, you would now recognize this as a pearl of power.
Oh yeah, I can feel it.
That's good.
I still have coin from like whenever last time we found coin to distribute once we're at the end of the night.
You guys are going in the left room?
Yes. I'll be right back.
Actually, I have to pee, so maybe we just take 5.
Whoa.
That's a long time to pee.
Well, I have diabetes, so it takes a while.
No, it's prostate.
Damn. Oh yeah, that's mine. That pearl is mine.
Well, I was actually gonna say you might want to give it to Grim because he's the one who has the fucking 2
Yeah,
spells.
yeah, but then I have to give it to Grim.
No, it's one of those things that definitely would help on Warlock, but you could probably use it as well if for some
I
reason
absolutely
you didn't
could.
want it.
It's a lock.
Because you can store a spell, right? Isn't that how it works?
It recovers a spell slot once a day.
It doesn't. Well, it requires it to.
He also has.
It does
something
require or
where you
doesn't
recover
it?
a spell slot.
It does.
Oh, it does require attunement. Okay, well I can do that.
I guess the Warlock would benefit more.
Well, the other thing too is that he can get. If you're talking about him having 2 spells versus 3 spells, but he also will get them back on a short rest.
Which I don't. I get the arcane
Yeah.
recovery once a day, but to be able to recover more would be great.
You also have 10 spell slots, though.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, but I've got 3 at 3rd level. I can get back a 3rd level spell slot. That's a fly, that's a fireball, that's haste.
No, I agree. But I'm saying overall, you have way more spell slots than Warlock does.
Right. Okay.
But, I mean, that's completely up to you guys, obviously, between you and Barlos there. I can't, I mean, technically I can use
I say,
it.
fuck it, no, give it to Ragnar. She's the one I want to have all the spell slots. Kill me, baby.
I'll fucking use it, but
Well, I mean, Jerry will hold on to it for now. I'm not opposed to. I mean,
I really do
shit. We
think
can.
that-
Whoever needs it that day, take it. You know.
listen,
If you have to attend to it, so.
you can still take a short rest to attune to it. So for some reason it was like, oh, hey, we're gonna get fucked up today. We need lots of healing. I guess you could give it to me. Or if it's like, hey, we need more firepower, one of you two. But
And
I
it'd be
think
me because he's got
overall-
Eldritch Blast.
But he also has, all of his spells are max level too.
Mm-hmm.
Are we debating who the pearl goes to?
Essentially.
Who will attune to it once we get a chance to attune? Yeah. I think Jerry will hold on to it for now regardless because he can't attune to it in time anyway.
Is it once per day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Honestly, I do think that probably the Warlock. But
Yeah, probably.
Probably got open attunement slots too.
Yeah.
Give me all the items. What did I miss?
The pearl is the pearl of power.
Oh.
Lets you recover a spell slot of 3rd level or lower once per day. And being the guy who has literally 2 spell slots, we were nominating you.
But if you don't want
Okay.
it, we'll have to take it.
So when I said I wanted it before, and you gave me that weird look, and then passed it over to Jerry, and then now you're going back on that. What was that about?
Yeah, Jerry identified it, dude.
All right, dude, whatever weird lingo that is. Sure, I will, I guess, take your pearl of power.
We didn't say that either. We can't attune to it yet.
Well, if you don't want it, then we'll just pass it along, you know.
Oh, no, I want it, please. I want it.
I would very much like to have that, yes.
Grim, I think
Well,
it's
are we
perfect
going to take a
because I
short
think-
rest and attune to this thing right now?
No!
Hell no.
Then it doesn't matter who's got it. Jerry will hold
Right.
on to it.
Ragnar has detect magic up. We gotta move quick.
Okay.
I do think that it goes with Grim's aesthetic, though, with the ball bearings,
Yeah.
to be fair.
The shiniest of balls.
Yeah.
Only spheres.
This is where we find out.
And you know
Find out
what
all
spheres
the
go
ball
in?
bearings were pearls of power the whole time.
Spheres go in bowls.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Man.
Balls and bowls, baby.
Only balls, only bowls.
So you're going through the door to the left?
Yeah, Grim and Whisper went in. Are you checking for traps?
Always.
Again, there is definitely what used to be a poison trap on this door. Again, long since triggered. But door swings open. Looking inside, this appears to be a child's room. It has a much smaller, even for dwarven standards, bed. You can see tons of metalworked and small wooden toys scattered about. Lots of hand sewn stuffed animals. Yeah.
What kind of stuffed animals?
Hey, glitter eyes. You get your glittery eyes over here.
Look with your special eyes.
Right, I'm talking to you.
Try chewing.
Well, quit.
But these pretzels are really good. Cheesy pretzels. Not as good as
I would love that to be happening in game. Wow, these are really good.
Snacking. I gotta get my protein, okay?
Man, I gotta keep my carbs up. I gotta feel these muscles, baby.
This armor's fucking heavy.
Yeah. You know how many calories I fucking burn?
Walking.
Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I'll take a look. Just do it once over.
Yeah, peeking in, you do see a very faint magical object within the pile of stuffed animals. To your question, you can see stuffed animals. There's a weasel, there's a rat, a badger, a boar, a panther, a wolf, an elk.
There happened to be a tiny pouch in the middle of this.
That's an animal.
Of a certain muted color.
There is
A neutral color.
there is a gray bag.
Oh, shit.
Give me the other bag.
Nice call.
I want all the bags.
Yeah, there's something in there by the stuffed animals. I can tell there's a faint magical aura from it, but
I sold my other bag. Give me this bag.
is
What
there
school
a
magic?
specific school magic?
It is, I would guess so, or conjuration maybe.
Yeah, either one of those two.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I can't really determine. I'm not really good at this stuff. I can just tell it's.
I'm gonna go grab a pouch.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go grab the panther stuffed animal.
That's yours. There is a. You now have a gray pouch that is magical. Who knows what it does?
I'm gonna open
I
it.
do. I had one.
Are there fuzzy balls in there?
Opening it up and looking inside, you would see that there are some fuzzy balls.
Louis, come here.
Yeah. I walk over.
I'm gonna toss one of the fuzzy balls to Uwe.
I'm just gonna hold out my hand.
No, as soon as you walk in the door, I'm like almost throwing it at you.
Roll that D8, baby.
Are you throwing a ball?
Yeah, I'm throwing the ball at Uwe.
Okay. Make a roll. D8.
7.
Oh, this is gonna be painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can't you deflect projectiles back at him?
Not a fucking elk. You can't deflect elk. Whatever it's gonna be.
He throws this little gray fuzzy ball at you, and as it's traveling through the air, you see these massive paws grow out the bottom, and it turns into a huge dire wolf right in the doorway.
Can I make a dex save to not get hit by a direwolf?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hit you. It's not gonna hurt you.
Ragnar kind of has PTSD from wolves, so she's immediately going to attack it.
Fair enough.
Oh, not Wolfie!
No, Kitty!
Go ahead and make a attack.
I do this again on cleric. D20. Attack bonus. 21.
That is.
We had a puppy for less than 30 seconds, you know?
There's some actual serious trauma behind this.
What the fucking fuck?
Not 9 points of damage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a very sturdy wolf, but it is now cut.
Yep. Jesus! What the? It's actually not Jesus. It's Salune.
Who shields the kitty from us? I guess I don't know. That's not people though.
Aerith as fuck!
Was it? I thought was it in your campaign though? I don't think I had it in this one.
I think you sold it though.
This is the second Mega Tricks that have been in my game.
Okay. Okay, so I will jump in front of the kitty.
Yeah, I don't know how that
And try and settle Ragna down.
how that scenario unfolds.
It like remains loyal to you, basically. You command it.
Yeah.
Creature is friendly to you and your companions. And acts on my turn.
Yeah. So you guys have a direwolf.
I'm gonna say, sit.
And it does.
Give her kisses.
Ragnar is going to back away and is
Shake a
clearly
paw.
she's sweating. No, she's not doing it.
It's it's a direwolf. This thing is like almost 10 feet tall. It's crouching in here because this is a place for doors. So it's struggling.
We would really like to ride this wolf.
There's room in here.
You could probably get on its back if it's laying down. If it stands up, you're at risk of being crushed.
I'll wait till it's safe. To the next room.
Can you fit through the door? They're 10 feet doors.
Yeah, it could fit.
We got a wolf token.
Yeah, hang on.
I'm gonna give Uwe the pouch after that.
Can you tell me when you're going to just magically make wolves appear next time? Because that would be really good to know. I don't like wolves much.
In all fairness, one, I didn't know it was going to be a wolf, and two, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's really great. Really great.
Yeah, it's fun for everybody.
I almost incinerated it with a moonbeam, but unfortunately I was not fast enough. So
Look how cute he is. Little chin scratches.
As Grim walks out of the room past Ragna, he's gonna take his panther stuffed animal and just like in Ragna's face, like ah.
Panthers are fine. I don't care.
grab this panther toy and it just like falls to dust as you grab it. It's sitting like a stuffed animal sitting for 200 years.
Yeah.
Hair falling out, it's like
Yeah.
stuffing falling out of the bottom.
Okay, cool token. Just imagine it's bigger than that, though.
Well, he's actually 10 by 10 though.
Yeah, he's
That's true. You guys are smaller than that.
We're half the size of him.
Alright, here comes Lantern Boy.
Lantern Boy.
I get control of.
Come here, the lantern boy.
I cannot give you control of the wolf.
Well, he's following me.
Okay. Why can I not? Oh, so you just have to
Can
zoom
you
out.
have him move in front of you? Like
Yeah.
for pressure points and stuff?
Grim is gonna enter this room.
Okay. Door swings open. Yeah. There's it's again a pretty well decorated, very fancy room here. Looks like living quarters. Trying to think how you would know this because I wrote it down and I don't have any visual descriptors about who lived here.
The king. Not the king.
Not the baby.
The
Brother-in-law.
The housemaid, yeah. No room for mother-in-law.
Well, I'll just come out and say it because I fucked that part up. This is the room of the vizier, who was the advisor to the king. This vizier, Vizier Destorial, made history as the first non-dwarf to fill this role. It is typically offered to previous nobility, so like past kings or family members of other regal bloodlines, but he actually journeyed to this location from Silvery Moon ages ago and was a great friend to the dwarves for a long time and helped build the bridge between the two races, so he was offered this role. So the things in this room are much larger. They're made for an elf. There's a lot of elven influence in the decoration and a lot of wood in here as opposed to stone. But yeah, it's a abandoned room. Also tossed like everything else.
Ragnar looks in there to see if there's any magic items.
She does?
Yeah.
I do not have investigation there, buddy.
Yeah, but you have to detect magic.
You have to detect magic.
Oh, yeah, I'll 100% go in there and do a once-over, but definitely not good at investigating shit.
Yeah, so the only thing you would get, there's a very small ping from another set of mirrors here.
4 mirrors.
Looks like we got some more. Looks like we got a mirror of some sort. Maybe it's a small face mirror. Slight magic resonance. There in the corner there.
I will name you Bora.
Is somebody writing this shit down?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is okay.
Treasure boy.
Treasure master.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to know, Weather Boy?
I'll do a general investigation check as well.
So it's a second set of mirrors?
Yeah,
There's a 3rd and 4th set of mirrors.
that is correct, sir.
I'm just gonna do once over, I guess, for valuables.
Can I use the help action?
I was gonna say I'll assist as well.
Somebody? Yeah.
Great, because that first one was a nat 1. Okay, 21.
Okay. With the 21, you would, just going through the room, you would find 2 more sets of those same gold vestments that you had found in the library. But these ones are made
Elf-sized?
Elf-sized. They're much larger.
So begrudgingly gives a set to Grim.
I'm a king!
He will put them on immediately.
Ulrich rolls his eyes and just kind of hands them off.
He will strip down right in front of the Whisperer and put those vestments on. Right in the room.
They are
And just like keep feeling them like this.
Wait, did Jerry put his on?
I don't think so.
Put what on? The robes?
The vestments.
No, not yet.
Okay.
They're heavier than they look, and that's because there literally is metal gold weaved into the silk. It's a very strange feeling having metal thread, but it's not uncomfortable. It's a little cold to the skin, but you would guess that they're worth a pretty penny. I'll just, so you guys know, each set of vestments that you find is worth 50 gold.
I've seen prettier pennies.
When stuff those in my holding.
When Grim is stripping to his skivvies, is there anything magical that is coming from him as opposed to his gear?
Yeah, the skivvies are magic.
The magic underwear, baby.
Magic skivvies.
Was someone just trying to make biscuits on you?
No, I picked her up. She's just doesn't know how to stand on the table.
It looked like her back leg was digging.
Biscuits.
Oh, yep, I know. Okay.
Kitty biscuits.
What a cutie.
Look at that kitty.
Yeah.
Grim will also put on the helmet of encouragement.
The helmet is immediately going to say, "Wow, you look dashing. So good."
Thank you, Ed.
The gold really brings out the color of your eyes.
I appreciate that. I think it brings out the color of your eyes, Ed.
Thank you.
Aren't your eyes his? Okay, anyway.
Thank you. I don't have eyes, but thank you.
You would also, with your investigation of the room, you would find 170 gold pieces and 50 more platinum pieces.
Whoa.
Right.
What?
Perfect.
Dang.
So this would indicate to you that, one, the people that left here were really in a hurry, and two, the people that ransacked these rooms were looking for money.
That's not a good sign.
Alright, next door.
It's almost like they were shadows.
Check for traps.
There are no traps on this door.
Open it.
It swings open. You would note that this door is actually a little more ornate than the others. It would have the symbol of Moradin carved into the wood. That same shining hammer. And opening here, you would note that this is a combination room. There appears to be a subsection of it where maybe a priest would stay. There's like a bed chamber off to the side, but this also serves as almost like a worship room or a small cathedral, if you will. There's an altar, some pews for sitting. There's a what am I trying to say?
Altar or like a
I lost the word.
pulpit.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's like almost like a raised, like a dais. That's what I'm looking for, where they would maybe stand and give a sermon. Very religious room. Yeah. And tons of your typical Moradin iconography, the Allhammer. You would note that this room does not appear to be ransacked.
Ransacked.
Is there any weird?
Any magical blips?
There are no magical blips.
Did you say in the last room there was another mirror, or no?
Yeah.
Not only was there one, there was two. Just kidding. Just one.
No, there were 3.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
One set of 3, right?
Yeah.
anyone wants to assist me investigating?
Sure.
I will assist. We will all assist.
23.
Roll with 7 advantage.
Okay. Not much to find here. You find another set of vestments. Most likely the priest. They're all the same as the ones you found previously.
How big is it? Dwarf size or elven size?
Dwarf size.
I'll take a dwarf size.
I think this room looks undisturbed, right?
It does. Everything else has been, chests turned over, things spilled across the ground, like drawers dumped out. This room doesn't look like it's really been disturbed.
Grim will place 9 ball bearings in the corner because he realizes it's a very religious room.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the podium, like where somebody would speak or preach from, like a book or?
There's not anything there, no.
Well, for some reason, maybe it's hollowed or
Yeah.
I don't know what the case is, but it seems like whatever was coming through the other rooms didn't come through here.
This is the room in the horror games where you can run to and hide in this room. Okay.
It's the same room.
Ooh.
Oh fuck! I forgot my ink ribbons. God damn it.
The next door.
Well, I mean that's something to take into account.
Yeah.
Maybe something to prepare for the future.
Oh yeah. Good. Are there any like religious symbols that I could pick up in here? Like of
Good.
the All Father, the Father.
There's certainly tons of iconography for the All Hammer.
All Hammer.
In terms of other religious symbols or other gods mentioned, not seeing much.
No, I'd just like to grab like the equivalent of a cross in here,
Oh,
if there is one.
sure. We'll say there's a All Hammer like statuette, like a small hammer.
I'll take it.
Good idea, Yui. Just
Keep the vampires away.
I don't know if we have. No, actually, watching Grim putting his ball bearings in the corner. Maybe an offering. Small offerings in. Is it like a nice statue? Or is it just like a.
It's true.
It's I mean, it's no, not particularly.
Yeah.
Gold piece. I'll just leave gold piece for the statue.
Alright. That's smart. I'll follow your lead.
Nothing crazy.
I only have 2 symbols left of mine. Hey, Whisper, there's a door over here.
Grim's like, ooh, there's 2 gold over here.
like a child at a restaurant when your parents leave a tip. Oh, Dad, you left money on the table.
Look at these fucking chumps. They just walked right by gold.
I will just open the door.
No! Don't do it!
Yeah, door opens. And you die.
No!
Yes.
All of my gold! I never even got a bowl.
So I would say, coming into this room where you are now, looks to be like a greeting or sitting room. It's very stately furniture sets. There's some couches, some chairs, a couple shelves with some books, a lot of just general. It's like a sitting room, common room. No TV, But yeah, there's a wooden door on this end. You open that. Got a hallway.
All right.
There are doors to your left and right.
Where are we going, everyone?
I go right.
You ain't right. You ain't right.
All right. I'll head up to the right.
Sure. Opening that door. Just looks like almost like guest chambers. There's a couple beds in here. Little like a small sitting area. Not much going on. It appears to be themed almost for. You see some iconography and some depictions, especially some of the books that are laid out. They're written in halfling. The beds are smaller.
Can I investigate under the furniture and the beds for anything additional?
You certainly can.
I do not find anything. That is a 2.
Okay. Just a lot of dust.
You want me to help you? Hey, look. What? Did you check under there?
Yes, I literally just looked under the bed.
The light shining off of my robes is so bright that I can't see anything.
Roll again.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm helping you.
All right. 18.
There's nothing there.
See, I told you I checked.
Gives me a little shrug.
God damn it, Weezy, I told you. That's a good cop, bad cop combo we want.
They have their own spin-off campaign where they just go to dungeons and investigate rooms.
Poorly.
Oh, yeah. Real bad at it, too.
We never find any treasure.
What are you doing?
Kick open the door.
No one across from it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, stepping in, appears to be another guest chambers. There's several beds set up here. Another small sitting area. The furniture in this room is much larger. Even large to you guys. Looks like you can see some of the writing on some of the materials laid out, and decorations appear to be referencing maybe some orcish folklore.
Orc?
Is there anything small enough that I could take?
Sure. What do you want to take?
I don't know, a piece of artwork or a little statuette.
Like
Sure.
a 5x7 picture of a family.
This orc family sure looks so friendly.
Yeah, you can totally take a little memento from the orc guest chambers, sure.
For him having this family photograph of his orc family and him being like, now for 5 gold a week, you could sponsor an orc family just like this. An orc family in need after their homelands were ravaged.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
After 4 of their matrons were slaughtered in the woods. With no weapons.
They had daggers
in their backs.
Of course, there's no way that Grim would know that, but like that's the story he makes up in explicit detail.
Very specific.
There's also a woman there and a bird, and this little guy. I don't know what he was doing there.
He's crazy. He's a crazy little guy. He's just running around. Alright, Lou's just gonna start going down this hallway and fucking kicking, not going in anywhere. He's just gonna start kicking these 3 doors in.
Okay. Gas chamber, gas chamber, gas chamber.
He's gonna fucking run down this hallway and kick these 3 doors in as well.
Grim is going to take a memento from each of these rooms.
Sure. They all appear to be themed for different races. And you're guessing that any diplomats from other races, they would probably be guests in this wing. There's a room that has tiefling where things are written in infernal, yeah. There's a room where there's one for halflings, one for gnomes, half-orcs, orcs, and then some human chambers where things are written in common. Go through and kick all the doors down.
I don't think that this is probably the case, but is there any explicitly for Moonhouse?
Interesting you say that. So, you come all the way down to the end, and the room down here is absolutely an elven guest chamber. Everything in here, and you're guessing the Vizier, it's decorated very similarly to his room. Probably had some input in what to put in here. The others feel very generic. This one actually feels accurately represented. But you would see a lot of the wood here is reminiscent of some that you've seen in other elven furniture. It's very, it's not pieced together. It's not like nailed together like a lot of human wood is. It's actually congruent, like almost as if the wood was grown into the shape of the furniture. There's a 4-poster bed, and mounted on the wall above the bed is a beautiful wooden bow.
Ah. That's interesting.
I'm taking that.
I'm gonna slap his hand. Wait!
I was going to say, based on his previous history, it'd be Ui's job to take that.
At least to poke it. I don't steal things, I touch things.
There's no Darren to stop you here.
There's a
I was gonna call for the rogue to look at it first.
The rogue calls for the cleric with magic eyes to look at it first.
Okay. I will look at it and tell you if it's a magical trap. Is it a magical trap?
It is absolutely magical. It is not a trap.
Okay. It's not a trap. It is magical.
I
It's not a magical trap.
Just wasting my natural 20 to investigate that for traps.
No traps.
Grim is going to smack Ragna's hand back.
I am not a piece of meat.
Good. What if that was trapped?
Then I would have taken it.
You would have died. Again.
Well, nothing I haven't done before. So,
Listen.
Well, once again, to get into this consistent debate, apparently, Grimir, let's have the wizard take a look at it.
I've taken things from every other room. What am I supposed to think when I go into this room and Ragna's not letting me take something? I have this nice photo of a pleasant orc family. I have a little statuette from the tiefling room. I have a nice oil painting from the gnome room.
I want to take the pillowcase off the pillow in this room.
What's the photo?
Hand the pillowcase to Grim. In my defense, it's a very nice pillowcase.
What a fine thread count.
It is. It would be wonderful if it hadn't sat for hundreds of years.
A couple washes is probably good to know.
I'm not saying you can't take something from this room, just don't grab the biggest, shiniest thing you have seen the entire time almost, except for the bowl.
Alright, so while you three are like talking, Ui's like walking behind you guys and just like taking the bow off the wall.
At that point,
And then I figure you guys like your eyes back and he's just like mid like pulling it down. Like cat got caught in the food drawer. Just like hands it out to Grim.
Yeah.
Once again, let's give it to the wizard.
It
A
is,
bow?
You have to identify it.
That's
Oh, the penis.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Jerry's like,
interesting
what the
thing
fuck?
that you would note to the people that are handling the bow is that despite how wooden it appears, it is actually a very finely woven and stamped metal that flexes the same as wood.
What color is it?
It's like a dark brown. It looks like wood in
Okay.
all senses, but if you like flick it, it'll ring. The bow string is also metal,
That's cool.
similar to like a guitar
similar
cord.
to the one that I got earlier in the dungeon?
No, not
Short
at all.
bow that okay.
No, this is much nicer.
Okay.
Oh, we got a toy for you, Jerry, to look at.
Hey, what is this?
Okay. Am I doing that now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just going on a collection quest right now.
Yeah, huh?
he's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Have you collected?
of the collectibles does he have?
Like
8 or 10 or
8 and 10.
Am I identifying everything Grimm's got?
I got
Going on the
Just the
Grim World Tour, yeah.
It's gonna take a few hours.
I got the half orc family photo. I got the 800 count satin pillowcase.
I could be sleeping instead of this.
8,000 count.
I got the moon elf bow. 6 different mirrors. And a bag of animals.
a doobie bag of animals.
All right.
Hit me with
Okay,
that
I'll
bow
identify
knowledge.
Okay. The bow is just a +1 longbow.
Oops. Say that again.
The bow is just a +1 longbow.
Oh, +1 longbow.
So good.
You have a gray bag of tricks, if you're identifying that.
Yeah.
The mirrors are certainly magical. They give off magical aura. It appears that they are not a whole set, and you've encountered this before as you tried to identify them. You would guess that when you had a whole, like the whole picture together, it would be a magical object. Right now, there's just traces of what it was. Can't fully figure that one out.
How together does it seem?
Well,
Because we have 4 sets, I think.
you have 4 sets. There's been 3 mirrors. I believe you gave one away.
We gave one to Darren to hold on to
As collateral.
collateral, which we received back.
Okay. And then, so the way that I'm kind of picturing it in my mind is that if you were to take them out of their frames, it's almost like they were cut from a full mirror. Like these are like circular mirrors that need to be slotted back into something.
Gotcha.
They give off a certain magic.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look up.
Schools.
Or do they, if we put like more of them closer together, do they get brighter or change in any way?
No.
We're like trying to do a mirror jigsaw puzzle while Jerry's identifying everything.
Yeah. We got time.
We got time, baby.
I don't know what kind of magic that would be.
Yeah, I didn't know if it did or didn't. If it didn't, it's not a big deal.
Just tell me what the magic item is.
Maybe
and I'll tell you.
enchantment.
We'll say that it gives off a very greenish glow, which would be indicative of enchantment.
Well, Jerry's identifying. I can re-up my detect magic with ritual.
I guess I can identify the mirrors too, if we need to.
You just did.
Yeah, you just did, bro.
Okay.
You just did, baby. Good job.
All right, so just so I have an accurate list of all the themes of the rooms: gnomes, orcs, halflings, half-orcs, tieflings, elves,
Humans.
moon elves, humans.
There's also a room for Dragonborn.
Dark and burn.
So
There's
is
There's a
a
sword in there.
is a halfling when a half orc has a baby with a tiefling?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Spooky. We should run all the way back to the library
Yes.
and open up the other door, which I think I'm guessing is the king's chamber.
Oh, sure. You can do that.
That's all the rooms. If there's more rooms than races that I described, we'll just say that there's extra human rooms because they're the
Where
most common.
do we stop here? Like this is the last one next to this room.
You've been through them all.
So
Elf.
That's a big room.
Yeah, that's the elf room.
Here.
Out of curiosity, do we know if the advisor was specifically a moon elf?
He's from Silvery Moon, which, if you would recall, because we talked about Silvery Moon a bit, they are, they're moon elves for the most part.
Interesting.
No.
Chambers.
Yeah, chambers.
Okay, all the way back down to the library.
Look for traps.
Oh yeah, you know it, dog.
Yeah, you know it, dog.
Yeah, you guys get it. You guys look for those traps. I will stand 30 feet away.
25.
Yeah, there's absolutely a trap on this door.
We'll attempt to disarm the trap. 21.
Okay. This is a different kind of trap. It's one that you have definitely heard of, you've never encountered, and it's of dwarven tinkering make. Essentially what it is if someone unauthorized to open the door attempts to twist the handle, it actually shoots like a spike out of the handle directly into the hand. But you recognize it with a 25, and with a 21 to disarm, absolutely. Yeah, you are able to disengage the mechanism and twist the knob without issue.
Actually, get a little block of wood, stick it out where the spike comes through and then twist it around the outside. Block it with the spike in it.
Yep.
And
Yeah. So this is, as you guessed, these are definitely the king's chambers. So it's a bed chamber, but it's also a full living area. There's a massive bed against one of the walls, comically large considering it's a dwarf. Could easily fit a dozen people in this bed.
That's so much.
Yeah, you can see the room has been completely tossed again. There's a chest full of coins lying toppled over in the middle. There's a fireplace against the far wall, clothing racks lining the sides of the room. Yeah, what you doing? I guess I need to break the door. Sorry.
we'll show Grim to the gold pile. I'd like to give the room all once over with the assistance of one of my friends.
I'll help investigate.
Do we know for sure that this is another like royalty room, or like is it the king's room?
Yeah, this is definitely the king's chamber.
Okay.
That was a natural 19 for a total of 27.
Nice. Grim, would you roll? Are you on money collection?
I did not roll. I thought I was just giving him advantage. I will roll right now. I rolled a 17, which is a 19.
Okay. We'll start with money, so that's enough to collect all the money here. So there are 600 silver pieces, 600 gold pieces.
600.
Also scattered just in the pile of money, you find a very nice silk embroidered handkerchief.
Ooh.
You would guess it's probably worth 25 gold pieces.
That has Grim written all over.
And then
Yeah, we'll keep that.
you also find a gold bracelet worth a similar amount of money.
Just imagine leaving here and Grim's just like decked out in all kinds of ridiculous shit. Like gold bejeweled monocle, like 5 wristwatches, like giant pearl necklace.
Yeah, Grim. He immediately will, like, without, he'll kind of look around and make sure that nobody's watching him, and he'll put the bracelet on and put the handkerchief like in the pocket of his shirt, so it's sticking out like this.
Perfect. With your, yeah, are you being sneaky about it? If you are, you gotta roll stealth.
No, not at all. I'm actually almost certain that the Whisperer sees me do it.
You actually look at him.
Dead in the eyes. Check it out.
What was your like a 27?
Yeah.
Yeah, going through some of his clothing racks and wardrobes, you find a very finely made leather helm.
Ooh.
Does this helm also give out compliments?
Try it on. See what happens.
Don't put that shit on.
We'll give that to Jerry.
Just don't touch it.
So it's like leather and make around the front and the front and the sides. The top of the head is a softer material that kind of folds in. It's almost decorated to look like a brain. It has fissures in the cloths around the top. The front of the face, it covers the eyes down to the nose. The front of the face almost looks like an owl. But there's a purple lens over the left eye.
It sounds like
really
Jerry
fucking
should
cool.
put this on.
Sounds like you should identify it.
Yeah, I'll identify it.
Trust me, the owl
Is
gets
there anything else in the room?
Not really. There's another set of vestments with that roll.
No, like crazy magical hidden doors or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, I'll identify that if we have time. Which I'm assuming we
Sure.
do.
Yeah, you would identify it as a helm of telepathy.
Oh, yeah.
Got anything good there, buddy?
I don't know. Let me look up Helm of Telepathy.
I'll just read it aloud.
That was
if that's okay.
that was more in character than anything else.
Well, I'll let Aaron tell you. That's part of the fun of Identify.
While wearing this helm, you can use an action to cast Detect Thoughts from it. As long as you maintain concentration on the spell, you can use a bonus action to send a telepathic message to a creature you are focused on. It can reply using a bonus action to do so while your focus on it continues. While focusing on a creature with Detect Thoughts, you can use an action to cast the Suggestion spell from the helm on that creature. Once used, the Suggestion spell can't be used until the next dawn.
Oh, that has Grim written all over it.
You're right. But that helm does not say nice things.
Yeah, he holds one helm in one hand and the other helm in the other hand. And it's like,
but do we want Grim to be able to hear our thoughts?
No, but yes. Like the Whisper doesn't, but Donovan does.
All right. Yeah, I'll give that to. I'll give that to Grim.
To say the main thing it does is it provides coordination between two people, correct? Bonus action above game.
It's yeah.
I don't know if there's two people that would benefit from that type of realistic communication, right? Like,
It could be something that if somebody's going somewhere where other people can't, could do that beforehand.
Just this is a thought.
I don't know if there's a range on that.
There's not. As long as you're concentrating on Detect Thoughts.
Okay. I'm gonna check the next door for a trap.
Does Detect Thoughts have range? Does it go off that? Maybe.
Well, that's separate from.
The telepathy, right?
I think they need to be within 30 feet of you when you cast it, but beyond that, I don't think.
Well, it says as long as you maintain concentration on the spell, you can use a bonus action. So you got to cast Detect Thoughts, then you maintain focus with concentration, and then maybe I need to look at the actual spell, because it might say this spell doesn't work after this range or something. But
yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
let's take a
Either
look.
way, it's still pretty.
That's
good,
cool.
Especially for somebody who, if they don't have something really good to do with their bonus action and they're trying to stay in contact.
Oh. Detect Thoughts. It says concentration up to a minute, but
I mean,
so does it only last for a minute?
I would say yes, but you could just recast it at will wearing the helm, so it's like it's infinite.
But if you can't cast it on them and then they go away from you, and then after the spell ends, you can't cast it on them again unless they're close to you.
Oh, yeah.
I pull a card from the deck of many things.
You want to?
It notes that questions directed at a target creature shape the course of its thoughts, so the spell is particularly effective for an interrogation.
Nice.
So does the Whisper need it?
No, I just need
He just needs a sharp knife.
somebody next to me telling me if they're lying to me or not.
Okay, yeah, so if we are interrogating, it's extremely useful.
You just have Ui next to you, like with a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Except, no, because Jerry could wear it, and then he'll use message to tell you telepathically what they're doing. So it's just a telepathic, like, mindfuck.
Okay.
Got the cards ready, buddy. Whenever you want.
Give me them cards.
He said he was joking.
I'm also gonna drop them.
Yeah?
Why?
In game now. Out of game, yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you made that distinction.
Here comes ruin.
Alright.
You win one free Whopper Jr. until November 25th.
You got fates.
So,
Fates lets you avoid any situation you choose once.
situation.
Sounds like a Venom Fang kind of thing.
It's great if you draw. If you do that and you draw another card, and then if it's a bad one, then you use your fates card.
It's pretty smart. That's a big
You
brain
just,
right
like,
there.
You just play the card and you just like log out of Discord and say, fuck this week. I'll see you next week.
Let's go in that room.
At the end of the session.
Trap check on that door up there was 18.
Okay, no traps.
Louis kicks it down.
I'll kick it.
Wow.
I'll kick it in.
You see a royal bath.
Huh. Hey, Grim. It's a bath. Fuck, he's not here. God damn it!
Is there a fancy bathrobe in here?
Yes, just for you.
I put it on.
When he sees
Sure,
Grim
it's
not
us, so
immediately
that's
getting in
appropriate.
the bath, Jerry will just use shape water just to soak him. He dries himself off with prestidigitation. There you go. He can give himself a bath anytime he wants, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's
He
a fire
chooses not
tank
to.
that exists here. I bet they have really good hot water.
It's true.
It's that slave water.
Yeah.
Elemental slave water.
I bet Nestle wants to take it.
Yeah, for sure. So the question is, do we go up the stairs or do we go down the other side of the hallway?
I think we try to finish this floor first.
So hallway?
Yeah. Agreed.
Let's go to the hallway. Go down.
So pissed Barlos wasn't here for me to call him out on his.
Throw one of the fuzzy balls out.
There's already a giant fucking wolf.
Yeah, there is still a wolf with you guys.
Yeah, I know. But that's dominance. I want my own.
That's lucky.
Okay. Roll D8.
I got.
I fucking swear to God.
Is the question, are you warning Ragnar before you do this?
Wouldn't you know
What do you know? He did it.
that I got a boar?
Nice.
You're gonna start. I'm gonna start requesting that be rolled in D20. Roll 20.
Let's see.
You're
Funny,
fine.
funny if it was a 3. No,
So good. So good.
I will. It's
Where you going?
But no, it's a boar.
Boars are okay. I think.
Yeah, you got a fucking boar.
Fluffy.
We just
Like
stay in
the
the
boar.
forest killing boars.
I'm going to ride my boar.
Am I missing something? Like, can you just make animals?
That's
Yeah,
what
3 times a day.
That's what the bag of tricks is.
I don't know what that is. Is that gray bag?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is Ragnar speaking.
Yeah.
So you can use an action to pull a fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When it lands, it transforms into a creature you determine by rolling a d8.
I was Orc talking.
Yeah.
Orc, what the fuck?
You roll a d8.
The creature lasts until the next dawn, or when it's reduced to 0 hit points. Friendly to you and your companions, it acts on your turn. You can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what action it takes on its next turn, or to give it general orders such as to attack your enemies. In the absence of orders, the creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. Once 3 objects have been pulled from the bag, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So you can realistically summon 3 animals every day.
That was my next question.
The Whisper turns to Roggen. He's like, yeah, it's great. Good. Louis, go ahead and give her a fuzzy ball.
Alright, I'll take a fuzzy ball out and give it to Roggen.
Smack it out of his hand.
One
Falls to the floor and roll a d8.
I fucking hope.
It
Fucking hope
is.
you roll a 7.
I think it's about 6. Let me check. It's
Oh.
you rolled. Okay. So
It is a giant badger,
it's a giant badger.
Huh.
which in a hallway,
Is like the wolf.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
I thought we were in the
massive
hallway.
and crushing.
No, we're in the hallway. We're gonna get this door now. Over here.
I thought we were in the main room upstairs, but
Yeah, we're getting animals over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
We
you have
down the
3,
hallway.
3 fucking animals with you, so
well, I don't know what you want me to do with this. So
just a zoo in here.
maybe I can go keep a Beep Boop company. Unless you have use for it.
As soon as you guys get in the hallway, I'm going to charge this door at the other hall with my war.
Well. No. Grim. Wasn't you this time, buddy.
Nope.
Yeah, you go barreling through the door. It flies open.
Yes.
What you immediately see to your right is another staircase down.
I can't get in. Oh, no, I can.
And this room is also filled with many stone bookshelves all around. You can see in this corner here, there's a section of the room that's kind of collapsed in. You can see the cave walls behind the set stone kind of fell in. Sorry.
Here?
Corner was that?
And yeah, this corner. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong layer. This corner here. In the middle of the room, however, is a massive stone table. It is a solid sheet slab of stone. There's no breaks or any joins in it. It's all one solid piece, completely flat, completely well-rounded, obviously well-made, maintained. There are some books, some charts. It's very much Game of Thrones-esque, where there's a built-in map of the overworld.
The war room.
Yes, you would gather that this is most likely their council war room.
Neat.
There's dozens of chairs surrounding the table, documents, books, just kind of scattered everywhere.
Are there any placards around the table?
No.
Okay.
I just remembered something I'm going to go back and talk to Beep Boop about.
Yep. It's Karen.
And then Ragnar will just all walk away.
Karen Boop.
I'm just going to Beep Boop real quick. Don't mind me. You guys should do your thing.
Just turns to Louis. He's like, man, she really does miss that badger already.
Start going to churches.
I'll just start riding my boar around the table. I know if I roll anything to investigate, it's just going to turn to something bad.
Does someone want to help me investigate the room? Full of dwarven books. Maybe L.
Al does, yeah. Al would love to. I was like, oh, where'd everybody go? And I was gonna come in here. Oh, hey guys.
24.
Okay. In here, a lot of the books, they're more journals, notes, minutes of previous meetings. There's a lot of documents. You can see, or L describes, I guess, that a lot of them have to do with notes on factions that have visited the city, races that have come to visit. There's a lot of information about people in the city. There's a large chunk of information regarding the church, the tabernacle. There's information about religions and deities that have been brought up within the city. And with that roll, you would also notice that there's another library automaton buried under the rubble.
Oh, shit.
Snap.
Let's unrubble him.
L says wake.
You can see its eye flicker, this time a brown iris. And its body is pretty badly damaged. It has massive dents and a few piercings inside its barrel chest. One of its legs is completely missing. Looks like it's really been through the ringer. It doesn't appear to have the same functionality, but it is awake.
Beep boop 2. What is your model number?
This is LBR 726.
LBR 726. You are scheduled to be decommissioned. Please disperse all
Hold on. Oh, okay.
Please disperse all contents held within.
It's going to summon. You see a silver mage hand come out of its chest and open its chest, and you see instead of that black curtain that you saw previously, it's just the gears, and you can see there's some that are not quite lining up, clicking together. It might be too damaged to access that cavity.
Jerry would like to attempt to fix it. I've got a set of Tinker's tools here.
Maybe get L to turn it off
More like stinkers tools.
before you start.
Well, Jerry is a little stinker.
Sleep.
Okay, it goes back to sleep.
Now you can think.
I will tink away.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to realign its gears and inner workings so that it can operate properly.
Okay, make a roll.
I rolled a 9. I don't know what check to do.
Your proficiency, add your proficiency modifier, and then I would assume.
So that would be a 12, right?
Intelligence or wisdom?
Yeah, we'll say intelligence.
So that's a 14.
This is incredibly complex.
Roll.
What?
What'd you roll? A 9?
A 9, yeah.
So plus your intelligence plus your proficiency modifier.
Our proficiency is +3 right now, right?
Correct. So 12.
So that
plus
would be
your
a
intelligence
17.
modifier. 17.
Yeah, still incredibly complex. This is unlike any. This is no simple clockwork. And you would also guess that a major portion of what makes this function, especially that dimension, is magical in nature, not necessarily tinkering.
How heavy are these units?
They're heavy, but they could be picked up.
And maybe we take old Finkel a present here when we leave.
He would shit himself.
in exchange for goods.
Yeah. What's his name?
Finkel?
Hell
Not
yeah.
quite. What the fuck was it? Not Finkel.
Yeah, what was it? It
What?
was start with an F.
Well, I'm looking.
Flandel.
Flandel.
Oh.
Hey.
Finkel
Less
is Barry from Friends.
Finkel is what's the name of the gnome in my campaign?
Mm-hmm.
Finkel Gold Sparing?
Finkelmeister.
I think that's him.
Finkel Goldstein.
It's something like that. Upsettingly.
See Jewish?
I mean, aren't all gnomes?
Yeah,
Hey.
feels like it.
100%.
But yeah, that's what you find there.
Ow, what's the air quality down here? It gives me asthma.
I asked them to increase the oxygen.
I'm back.
Keith would be right at home.
Hello?
Why does it smell like a filter fish?
Could I check with you real quick on something?
Sure. He's still just he's making some pretty good progress, one book at a time. Starting to clean up in here.
Looking pretty good there, buddy. Do you have any information on known shape changer clans in the area?
Thinks on it a second. Goes over to the area that has some region history. And provides a book about some nomadic tribes that existed much further to the southeast from here. They would have been on the other side of the forest, or I should say southeast from Everwinter. Sorry, forgot where we were. More towards Baldur's Gate, almost pretty far down there. There was a clan of shape changers, yes, and they had lycanthropes, changelings. There were some vampires reportedly that kind of caused a little terror in some of the towns. Mind you, this book was over a few hundred years ago, so who knows if it's still there.
Yeah, definitely. Good shit. You're really handy, B-Boot.
It gives you a Mage Hand thumbs up.
Can I sign this book out?
And it goes and grabs its ledger and holds it out to you.
He also puts it in Jerry's name.
No, Ragnar will sign it with her own name.
Alright, it writes down 2 weeks. And then returns its book and starts cleaning.
In
It's
2
gonna be some
weeks,
fucking Macabus later.
yeah. In 2 weeks, there's gonna be a giant fucking robot bursting through a mountain. Jerry Ragnar.
The librarian has come to collect.
Yeah. I am here to collect.
Okay, here.
Keep going down the double doors or go up the stairs?
Yeah, let's check the store for traps.
No traps.
Kick it in.
Yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna charge through with the boar again, sorry. Oh, he's just running around on a big pig. It's great.
Check the next doors.
all good.
Run it through again.
The area that you're in is like a waiting vestibule, basically. There's benches that line the walls, but not much else in there. In this room here, this is what appears to be an office of sorts. A very, very large office. It is like a receiving area for business, so there's tons and tons of almost like filing cabinets around the room, drawers, cabinets just full of files that are open, dumped over. There's a very large counter in the middle of the room. Just kind of make a general perception check.
With advantage. Or else.
Save that nat one again. All right, for an nat 20. So
Nice.
23, 24.
Okay. You've seen an office like this in just many larger cities. You would guess that this is just a general commerce place. It's where people would, just looking at some of the stuff on the ground, there's what appear to be business permits. You can see receipts for paid taxes. Just a lot of money exchange and business set up here.
Can I look for? Yeah. Can I look for? Yeah, no shit. I've got this receipt for work here, and I never received that work, so I'd like a return of payment.
Yeah.
No, looking for anything regarding purchase or visitation of somebody to have created the automaton.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Thirty 20.
It takes a long time to look through a lot of these individual files, especially since they're not really written in your language. What you do find a piece of paper referencing LBR 726, LBR 727, and they are both signed by the Vizier. And it appears that it was a trade deal made with someone from, let me pull up my map, Waterdeep, I believe.
That makes sense. Does the Whisperer wear a plague doctor mask?
He used to.
But he probably hasn't in the time that he's met the new group then.
I don't believe so. I think the first time you guys saw him was after he changed to his brown cloaks.
Did I put it on for? No, I didn't. I put. Yeah, you're right. Brown cloaks was the fighting turn. I will take that receipt and fold it up and put it in my pocket.
Good. That's good ink if it lasted for 300 years, 500 years.
Solid. The dwarves, they make stuff to last, you know.
Acid free. Good paper.
Only because you got a 20. But also, with that investigation, there's a massive coffer behind the counter. Can't imagine what's in there.
Just like pilfering through stuff and like see it, like tap on it and like say Grimm's name.
Yeah, you hear the coins jingle when you tap on it. Yeah.
Of course, this is the one that you don't check for traps and it blows Grim up.
Give me that count.
Yeah. Looking through it, there are 400 gold pieces.
Sure.
There are 800 silver pieces.
Mm-hmm.
There are 400 platinum pieces.
Jesus, that's a bowl, guys.
That's money.
Yeah, I'll do.
Woo!
I'll do distribution at the end of this
And
night.
there are 1,800 copper pieces.
I mean, it's about 10 right now. Let's just do it right now.
Oh
Yeah. Give me 1 second, y'all.
As we do the
1, 2,
fancy.
3, 4,
I'd
5,
like to say
6.
you're not cutting work in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he said whatever you found here is yours.
You sure
Yeah,
did.
All right,
I mean,
so
we had a conversation again about it too.
DM, you'll have to add else. 467 copper.
Wait. That was empty.
Yeah.
467 copper.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that's not right. 6, 8,
More money than Elsie his entire life.
Yeah, no
400
shit.
copper.
How many horse can I buy with this money?
400 silver.
That's a lot of whores.
That's a lot of horse. 293 gold. And $92 platinum.
Nice. Holy shit, that's a lot of gold.
Mhm.
That's like 1,700 gold.
It's almost like going through a king's chamber would be valuable.
Wouldn't you know?
This whole night has been a loot fest.
Yeah.
What's the fanciest looking door in here?
That would be the double doors.
Okay, mine's the double doors.
They all look the same.
Where can I get the biggest charge lead up?
Probably this one, because you can go down the whole goddamn hallway.
All right.
Come from all the way back there.
Yep. And at the last second, I'm just gonna ride it through.
What charge you getting here, buddy? Yeah, that's 170 feet.
Yeah, you go crashing through.
Sweet.
How's the boar feeling about this? Is he looking like distressed or
Dude,
He's about to die, actually.
he literally has a charge action.
Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
He loves doing it.
He loves smashing his fucking head against the wall. It's great.
Yeah, no, door flies open. It's a standard office. There's a desk, a chair, a couple chairs sitting in front of the desk, potted plant. Nothing spectacular.
We break the potted plant.
Done. Dirt spills onto the ground.
Anarchy reigns. Did anybody take the bow? Or are we just inventorying it?
I thought Jerry had it, but not using it.
I was going to ask. I can't use I can't use a longbow, so
save it for Thora.
I was just gonna grab it because I thought it was not useful. I was just gonna use it as a token from that room, but I don't really have a use for it.
I don't think I can't use a longbow.
I can totally use a longbow, but can't shoot really with it.
All right, guys, I'm out right at 10 tonight. I'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I bet Orc can use a longbow.
Fuck it.
I'm just creating new players. Sorry.
I'll trade you this bow for your hammer.
Yeah. The only reason I like the moon or the bow is because it was in the Moon Elf room. That's the only thing that I like. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
definitely, definitely use it. But I have a flat dex mod, so
Yeah, I can use longbow. I think those are martial, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yep.
Are any of you guys creating new characters for the next week?
I am.
I
I
might.
think I'll have to.
Do you, Aaron, you and Michael want to roll your stats real quick?
Sure.
Andrew, or I guess everyone else, for the sake of anybody who's curious and around in party, I am playing a sorcerer.
You know, it's funny. I was actually gonna play sorcerer.
Already play a sorcerer.
That could be two
Yeah, but
sorcerers.
not at level 8.
I feel like I should be a
I-
martial class. What's the syntax for that? It's roll slash
Here, I'll
roll.
do mine real quick. Hang on.
It's 46D as in Delta 1.
4d6d1.
Damn.
Roll.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Hell yeah.
you ain't got no dump stat.
Yeah, fucking
316s.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write these down before I forget.
Oh. Hang
Yeah,
on.
sorry. Slash before. Slash R, and then 46.
Slash R. Okay.
13, 11, 11. Not bad at all.
What are we doing? Rolling? Rolling shit?
Let me roll mine real quick.
If you're,
Just
if
to
you're
get
gonna
all
be-
six
if you're playing
together.
next week or few and then doing a different character.
Oh.
Nice. Good.
Hell
Really
yeah.
good.
Hey,
That's 5, one more.
Yep.
One
Hey, there it
dunce.
is.
Hey.
Pretty strong character so far.
Hell yeah. Great roll.
17? Yeah, that's great.
That's a 20 or whatever I need.
Yep.
Alright, I'll take a picture of those stats.
Okay, did y'all have fun today? You learned some stuff?
We got
Yeah.
money.
Money and learn stuff? Great.
I was really hoping you were going to go through those double doors because it would have been a good cliffhanger, but I'll just have to wait.
What, back into the throne room?
Maybe.
Maybe that's where it goes.
Does it?
Yeah, I can see it on the map.
Oh no.
Man. Where's my dump stat?
There it is.
A lot of good rolls.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
315s. But
Relevant head.
this is 16 and
Oh.
15.
I'll go.
Yeah.
You said this might take 2 sessions. I'll go something martial.
I mean, it'll be at least 2. Just going through it, it'll be at least 2.
Yes.
It's pretty direct. I don't know, but it also depends on your guys' choices.
I also, they're not going to be going through it like this, where we're searching
Yeah.
for lore and stuff like that either. But
Right.
This is like mostly combat.
No, it's like half and half.
Okay.
Especially depending on what you do.
it is a prepared encounter.
Yeah, it's like one of the
Okay.
famous dungeons.
Is it Curse of Stroud so I can do divine damage or radiant
No,
damage?
that would be months of play.
Yeah. Well, you said it was a. I thought you were like pulling from a module, so I didn't know if that's all. Like you were taking a pre-written thing and okay.
I am, yeah. But I'm not. Donovan's the only one who knows so far, unless you told Michael.
Okay. Whatever.
I've already
That's
forgotten
part
which
of
one
the
you
fun.
said.
I'm not gonna lie, those look like barbarian stats.
Who, yours?
Well, I'm not making a barbarian because I've already got crowbar. So
I was just thinking, a barbarian is not something I've played yet, so
never made a fighter.
Play a sorcerer. Your sorcerer will guaranteed be much different than mine.
I think I might do. I was thinking about doing a
4
clockwork
sorcerers.
or possibly the what's the other one? Aberrant Mind.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm playing.
I'm probably gonna do Divine Soul for the next like any sort of long-term campaign.
I'm Soul Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm. Or Clockwork, but if Michael's running one, I probably won't later.
Well, I'm not doing that. If he's a sorcerer, I'll make something else.
There's also the Celestial Patron Warlock, which is in that same vein. No, for this one, I'll go Martial. I don't know if it'll be like a Ranger or Fighter or what, but
The next one I make is probably going to be a Druid or an Artificer.
haven't been a
Really?
Warlock yet.
A Druid? I've never been a Warlock or a Sorcerer.
I've never done a spellcaster as a PC. I make NPCs, spellcasters all the time. I guess Urzak has spells, but he's still a fucking
Yeah.
fighter.
What is he, like an Eldritch Knight?
Yep.
That's why it's like all the time. It's like I forget in the other campaign that I'm actually mainly a fighter. It's just that I have Arcane Trickster and I have spells. And I don't use them very often, except for when it's like I'm going to shield, so I have an AC of 27 or whatever.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that's sweet. Alright, I'm gonna hop out, guys.
Goodbye.
See ya.